Yep, we are live. Welcome back, everybody. This is Mark 66 of the Super Civil Servants Podcast. My name is Greg, and for personal reasons, it's been a very, very long week, but I'm here, and I made it, and every day just keeps getting better with what's going on moving forward. So, glad to be here. Friday night, fun time, always with my friends here. Got a bunch of folks with us tonight. A few of our regular co-hosts. Chris, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing great. I'm still coming down from the high of getting a chance to talk with Scott Snyder. I'm still
amazing. Yeah, yeah, that was pretty cool, man. I was a really good opportunity to see the to see that.
Very honest. I got to hear someone before me ask. He gave some interesting tidbits about his involvement with Gotham Knights. Some confirmations on things that have not been public yet, and then some things I got to ask him about favorite Batman stories, his career in writing, his future. He really is. And
favorite Batman
one of the
stories is
Sorry, I was checking something.
I was like, oh, there you go.
It's
me
Chris
from the past.
Yeah.
You've got to go back. We got to go back, Marty. We got to go back.
All right.
But yeah, it was a great time, awesome time, that once in a lifetime moment. So
Yeah, it really was, man. That's awesome. Congratulations. Really, really cool stuff. Sarah's with us again tonight. How you doing?
I'm doing well. I'm glad to be home. Did a little flying over the past couple weeks, so it's good to be grounded and chatting with you guys since I missed last week. I missed y'all.
Oh, we missed you too.
Missed you.
And, it's always good to be away, but you can only do that for so long. It's really nice to come home.
I know, absolutely. But it is nice to get away from my circus, but yeah, the natives are getting restless. So
There you go. I got a couple guests with us tonight. Taylor Field, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing pretty good. Thanks for having me. I'm excited to be here.
Yeah. And I say guests, but y'all been on the show before, gonna be on the show plenty in the future. Great friends. So just more guys coming on tonight. Awesome time. And with him, Mr. Snell. How are you doing, buddy?
I'm all right. I'm here. We're very close to a certain situation.
You see how he introduced me first. You know why, right? There's reason behind that.
Because you're not going to be around much longer, so you have to introduce him. I'm doing good. I'm very happy. It's a Friday weekend coming up, so I got some moving of rooms to do, which is going to be a long process. But other than that, I'm very excited for the weekend. So I got a Slurpee, I got a root beer cream soda, and a Coca-Cola mix.
Everybody's working for the weekend.
I was gonna say it's purple. How does that turn purple?
The cream soda.
Purple drink. So
Cream soda.
Drank.
Purple
I
drink.
guess.
I don't make the rules.
Okay. And Katie's also with us tonight. Katie, what's up?
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Super Civil Service Podcast.
Yeah,
Yes.
Friday night fun. It's like social distancing with a group of good friends, Always a good time. We're practicing like we should.
Anyway,
Well, we got a few things to talk about tonight. I know the main event is going to be The Boys. Episodes 1 through 4 came out. Everybody loves this show, and it's funny whenever you talk about wanting to talk about The Boys, everybody comes out of the woodwork and want to be on the show because it's such a great thing to talk about and such a great show. But we're going to save that for the main event. We got a little bit of news before that. But before all that happens, we're going to go into this audio game that I stayed up to like 3:30 in the morning last night working on and still can't get it to work properly. But I'm going to get it to work somehow. So we're gonna have an audio game. It's fun.
We have hope.
That's right.
we got
That's
faith
what
in
you
you,
got.
Greg.
You got.
Rebellions are built
You
on
got.
hope.
You're wearing your Superman thing underneath there, symbol of hope. We can do this. We got it.
That's right. Podcaster built on hope. That's going to be my new thing.
Yes.
Not rebellion. Podcaster built on hope.
Podcaster.
Yeah. But before we get into that, I do want to mention that we are part of the Geek Ultimate Alliance Network. It's a show or a network where you can get shows 7 days a week. We've got everything going on. Every time I do a show on this, we go through every single show that's on there. It's a long description. I'm just going to tell you, go check out the Geek Ultimate Alliance Network. You're going to find a lot of shows you like Monday through Sunday. This audio drops Saturday, but we do it live every Friday night. So if you want to join us, we got a few people in the chat room, which is awesome. If you want to join us, come check us out. It's a good time. So
You went through that so fast, Greg. I'm so impressed.
Well, after the 13-minute one that me and Travis did yesterday, I was like, okay. I was like, we got to figure out a way to shorten this.
Travis was getting a lot of blowback on that from the.
Yeah. So.
And then he hears how I do it on World's Finest True Believers in less than like 2 minutes. At that point, he's like, "You've got it down." I said, "Dude, I read from a script. That's half the fun."
That's what I do too. Whenever I'm doing DCI, I read from a script, so that way I can stay on point and hit every point real quick. But this show, like I said, end of the week show. If you're listening to this, you know about Geek Ultimate Alliance Network, and if you haven't, go check it out. We got tons of great stuff. But I do have an audio quiz. Y'all know I like to make games like this. I've done finger quote Jeopardy games before, and they were pretty fun. I'm actually going to try to keep score
trivia.
Trivia. We'll call it trivia. That's a better way to do it. We don't get sued by Jeopardy. But tonight's going to be an audio game now.
You might get sued by Brent.
Possibly, yeah. I'm sure he's going to do that for a while. But you can go ahead, because joke's on you if you sue me. Just letting you know. I ain't got nothing to give. Although I did feel like I was going to win the lottery the other day. I bought a scratch-off ticket, and it's one of those crosswords scratch-offs, because I like doing those, because then if I'd lose, then at least I had fun doing it, you know? And the words on there were like, retire, relax, enjoy, cruise. And I was like, and I've played these ones before. It's never words like that. And I was like, oh, maybe this is a sign. It wasn't a sign. So I did win $20 off it, but I didn't win the grand prize. Didn't win enough to retire or go on a cruise.
I've never met anyone with a scratch ticket that's won a huge amount of money. I've heard the other things, but scratch tickets, I don't know.
I've won $2,000.
Yeah, I've won $500 a few times. I win $100 every now and then. But most of the time, no, I don't win much. And I've gotten better. But I used to buy tickets every day. Now I buy tickets like every Friday, like one ticket every Friday. So it's a whole lot better. But anyway, we digress. That's the first score we're going to chase for tonight. Let me explain this game to y'all. Yeah, we love squirrels. Let me explain this game to y'all. Slightly different than the games we played before. I've taken audio clips from movies and television shows, both animated and live action, from all walks, well, not all walks of life, but I would say from maybe the 80s up to now.
It's a bunch of porn clips.
Yeah. I hit the wrong button. No, you got to name that porn star. But it's
and we're done.
Hey, Reagan.
But what I'm going to do is I'm going to play these clips. We're going to break up into teams. Your name is your buzzer, just like always. I'm going to play the clip. As soon as you know the answer, ring in with your buzzer. I'll stop the clip then, and you can answer. And then I'll, just for the sake of the way I'm doing it now, I'm going to have to continue the clip after that so you can hear the whole thing. But give me the character, give me the title that it's from, and for a bonus point, give me the actor or voice actor that played that role.
So, Katie has to yell Nathan in order for her to buzz in.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool. I actually had that as one of my things on a hotkey. Nathan! But I can't get it to work. It'll happen one day. Katie's going to be on here like, what the hell? I didn't say that. Yes, you did. So what's up, y'all? Y'all want to split in teams? I highly recommend that we don't have Taylor and Travis on the same team, simply because you don't put two champions on a tag team match the night before.
Champion.
The tag team match before.
No. The only reason Taylor would be a champion carried him to a championship. He's no championship on his own. And you know what? I gotta call Greg and Katie, because Sarah and Chris both answered the tweet and said who's winning this matchup this weekend. You guys are playing Switzerland over there. You and Katie.
No, I actually did answer, but I'd get no service in the post office, which is why when I'm managing most days, that's why you see me periodically answer when I'm out on the road. I have service, so I can answer all the time. And I was mad because I sent an awesome GIF and an answer, but it didn't go through. So you're just going to find out.
So my excuse is that I actually opened Twitter and saw 32 notifications and clicked the notification button, hit the top, so it cleared all of them. So I have no idea what you're talking about.
Wow.
Don't care about this. Moving on.
Real quick, before we keep going, let everybody who's listening know about what you're talking about exactly, because we kind of hinted about it, but you haven't given a full description of what's going on.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah, so by the time this drops, it will be about, but if not, you're watching live September 12th, 9 a.m. PST. It'll be myself versus Taylor Field in a wrestling match. The second one, because the last one was just an original match, but he cheated. He used a PlayStation remote controller to choke me unconscious. So this time there's weapons allowed, and I'm gonna give him the biggest hospital bill he's ever had, because he's a disrespectful little turd.
Do you have hospital bills in Canada?
That's how bad it's gonna be. That's how bad it's gonna be.
Oh.
So, okay, I'll give my pick now, but I am going to say this disclaimer. It's because he gave me an awesome intro in the GUA Pod Network one. Taylor. But that's the only reason.
Travis.
I am Switzerland.
Everyone is siding with me. You have no fans.
You've ignored. There's been multiple fans that sided with me, but there were quite a few fans that sided with you that I'm going to have a word with in the near future. So I'm just focused on Taylor Field, and yeah, check that out. I'm very excited to lay the smack down on you, Taylor.
I was kind of neutral until I heard that little bit of trash talk right there from Taylor, and talking about no fans siding with him. So you know what, Travis, go get him, buddy. I think you got this one.
Taylor, I don't know you personally, my friend, but like I said, I was like, I'm kind of leaning toward Travis, but you look kind of scrappy, so I'm not going to hold you. I'm not going to. I've seen quite a few matches in my day, so you can't.
This man used to dress in a luchador outfit to attack people. He once broke someone's hand in a parking lot.
No, there's video proof that, well, the hand thing is different, but I don't know who dragged me on top of you. In our last match, someone threw me on top of you, whoever they are.
Sure, yeah. So me and Taylor not on the same team. No way.
Okay. Well, I'll tell you what. Y'all be team captains then, and since Taylor is the champ, Taylor's the champ right now. Taylor's the champ, so he's gonna get the 2-person team. Travis, you're gonna get the 3-person team.
I have one question in regards to this. So when we if someone on our team calls our name and we make our pick, does that basically, if we get it wrong, does it default to the other team to get the pick? And then if they lose, then it's no point?
Yeah, I never thought about the rules of that. Yeah, let's do it like that. It'll be like Family Feud. If you get it wrong, it automatically goes to the team. They get a chance to answer. How about that?
Okay.
So
no losing.
Wait,
the rest of the team has the option to guess.
I was thinking about that earlier.
Yeah, because it's not like we can converse before we blurt something out.
That's true. Only the person who rings in can answer then. How about that? So we'll do it straight like Family Feud. The person who is answering is the only person who can answer. Because they don't talk across the table in Family Feud. So I've gone from Jeopardy to Family Feud, y'all. I like game shows growing up. Wait till I get to Supermarket Sweep. That's gonna be fun.
Oh,
that's gonna be real fun.
Let's go back to Jeopardy and go to the Daily Double where things get really interesting.
Yeah.
You can bet.
Well, all right, we'll check it out. So Taylor, you get first pick, man. First and only pick. Everybody else is gonna be on the team. So who do you want to be teamed up with?
I'm gonna throw a pick over to Chris.
Okay.
I think you got the knowledge over there. I think that'll come in handy.
You just took my Marvel Alliance co-host.
And I apparently was supporting you in this fight, Travis. I mean, geez, he went for the gut on that one.
So now I'm going to switch my pick. I'm going to pick Travis.
Oh no!
That's how you lose fandom.
But I'm picking Sarah because she picked me earlier, Katie, and you didn't. You picked to Taylor, so your Switzerland approach is not approach.
See, Travis got a Taylor, but not the Taylor, so it's all good.
Exactly.
So what we got? We got Travis, Katie, and Sarah, right? And we got Taylor and Chris.
Yeah.
Sounds like a matchup. All right, good deal. Well, if y'all are ready, I'll go ahead and start the first audio clip. All right. Some of them are very short because I feel like you could get it with a very short clip. Some of them are a little longer because you might have to think about it or hear some context to it to figure it out. So here is the first one.
The military. The Atlantean tech will see them coming from half a world away, Mr. President.
Anybody? This is a movie that we all... Travis?
It's Cyborg, Michael B. Jordan, Flashpoint.
That is correct, sir. That is correct. I was if nobody got it, I was gonna say, okay, y'all. We all watched this movie together.
You didn't get the right. You didn't get the full title.
Justice League, Flashpoint, Paradox.
There we go. We're gonna do rules. We're gonna do rules.
Oh, geez.
I'm giving it to him.
He turned on me. We posted
Yes,
a podcast for 15 minutes, one trivia contest.
We're not on the same team.
So that's 3 points. All right, here we go. Next clip.
I am Vince Clortho, Keymaster of Gozer.
Chris?
That would be Louis Tully, played by the great Rick Moranis, who made a triumphant return to a little bit of stardom this week with Mr. Ryan Reynolds, and the film is Ghostbusters.
Yes, sir. Got that one. All right, I got to finish playing the clip, though. Here we go.
Drawer, Lord of the Sabulia. Are you the gatekeeper?
Oh, okay.
Always remember, if someone asks if you're a god, you say yes.
All right, here we go.
I hated that movie, so...
There's going to be a few in here I think you don't like. But there's going to be a few in here
Still
you
love
love.
you, Katie.
I had
Still
y'all in
love
mind
you.
thinking about this, okay? Here we go, number 3.
It's not a dream anymore, it's real. I know the date it happens.
I'm sure it feels very real to you.
Oh, Travis.
Travis?
T2, Judgment Day, Sarah Connor, and Linda Hamilton.
That is
You
correct,
bastard.
sir. That is correct. Well, let me finish that clip up.
1997, it's gonna feel pretty fucking real to you too.
All right.
I've
So,
never seen that movie.
what?
Oh, fantastic movie. That's probably my favorite female protagonist.
Yeah.
Yeah, Katie.
very-
Terminator.
I don't-
Terminator.
She's good, though.
You were gonna bring up Sigourney as in Alien?
I
is
love
what you were gonna
Sigourney.
say?
I still think Sigourney Weaver is is the best.
That's the debate.
It's a good one, though. It's a good debate. I mean, they both do a fantastic job. So, all right, next one.
Wow, I didn't hear any thunder, but out of your fingers, was that like sparkles?
Travis.
Damn it.
Jeff Goldblum, Thor Ragnarok, the Grandmaster.
Grandmaster. That
It's
is
my
correct.
birthday.
Yes.
Oh, so I'm making sure I'm keeping score. Let me rip this out.
Oh no! All my points are gone.
No. I've got score. I'm ripping out my list so that way I'm keeping track of what I'm doing. I'm trying to stay
Oh my
organized
god, it's
here.
like I kill at Jeopardy, but then it's like it's up to me. I'm just like,
All right, score is 9-3, Team Travis. Here we go. Oh no, did I lose my audio quiz? All right, hold on. I got to go through all those audio things again because it looks like I lost the audio quiz. Son of a... See, this is why I'm not a professional. This is the only reason I'm not a professional. You know. Other than
Right, this is why it's
everything
fun,
else is professional. All right. So, why is it? There we go. So I'm gonna run through these real quick. Well, not that far.
I know the date it happens.
We're gonna listen to these again because some of them are pretty cool.
On August
Plus, it takes up some showtime.
it's gonna feel pretty fucking
So,
real to you too.
Travis, I wrote a review on the Ghostbusters
Wow, I didn't
thing.
hear any thunder, but out of your fingers,
Okay,
was that
I'll check that out. Yeah, I like Ghostbusters a lot. I don't love it as much as everyone else, but the fact that you hate Ghostbusters, that's a big thing.
that's why I can't wait to
We
listen
talked about
to.
it weeks ago on this podcast.
Yeah, she has a good reason. She has a very good reason.
I enjoyed all of them. I enjoyed the
Ghosts.
originals obviously more, but the new ones I didn't think was as bad as everybody makes it out to be. All right, here we go. Next one.
We do know it's powerful enough to destroy entire civilizations. Powerful enough to defeat even Abin Sur.
Oh,
Chris.
darn it, had it. Green Lantern. And it's Sinestro and the actor.
Gotta get that bonus point.
I'm kicking myself. I can't. Yeah.
Nothing?
It's.
I know it. Can I get the point?
Sure, why not? We're making up the rules as we go.
What? For
Who is it?
Said Mark Strong.
That is correct. Yeah,
There you
so
go.
2 and 1. All right, here we go. Next one. Chris hates the way I make rules in these games. Right, here we go.
potatoes? Boil 'em, mash 'em, stick
Taylor.
Taylor.
Lord of the Rings,
Mm-hmm.
Two Towers,
Mm-hmm.
Samwise Gamgee.
And you get the actor. Here we go. It's
know
not
the
gonna
actor.
happen.
Oh god damn it.
Travis knows it if you don't know it. Sarah knows it.
I know it.
What's my timer? Oh.
Can I guess it for him?
Yeah, can Chris guess it for me? Is that allowed?
Yeah, if we're making up rules.
Yeah, we'll make up rules. Go ahead. Why not?
Sean Astin.
Thank you.
Damn it.
I'll give you all those three.
There we go.
I don't think you
Teamwork.
actually knew that, Taylor.
All right, next one. Here we go.
Potatoes.
Where did you train? On a farm?
Travis.
Oh, Chris.
Travis.
Michael Shannon, General Zod, and the so-so Superman movie of Man of Steel.
I'm actually.
What did he say?
I'm only going to give you 2 points for picking up for besmirching.
There we
Man of
go.
Steel,
I like those kind of rules.
Yeah.
What was the line? What did he say? What was the dialogue?
Where did you grow up, on a farm?
Like I said, if I didn't have to play on my phone, it would have been a whole lot clearer. But all right, here we go.
There's a big snake in the plane, Chuck!
Chris.
Katie!
Chris.
That would be the one and the only Indiana Jones, played by the great Harrison Ford in the film as Raiders of the Lost Ark, and now has been retitled Indiana Jones in Raiders of the Lost Ark.
That was slick.
Let's see. So good job, man. So Team Taylor has 11 points. Team Travis has 13 points. Close game. It's a barn burner, y'all. I got 25 of these, so we're about a third of the way through.
Tonight.
Oh my God.
Hey, we've only been going for like 10 minutes, so. All right, here we go. Next one.
3 hours later.
Fate. It's tricky, isn't it? I come here to destroy you.
Katie!
Katie.
Oh no. Oh no,
Harrison
Katie.
Wells, but I don't know what movie.
What was it? What did she say?
What did you
Get
say?
started. Maybe we can help you.
It's the guy who plays Harrison Wells.
Who the fuck is Erickson Wells?
Harrison.
Tim, Tom Cavanaugh.
Yeah, Tom
Okay.
Cavanaugh. Sorry.
Is that the only answer?
Yeah, that's all I got.
I mean, you gave most of the answer. You just didn't specify. Where's he
From
from?
Arrow?
What show?
From Arrow?
What show,
Oh.
Katie? He's from The Flash.
The Flash.
No, I can't give you either one of those because she said Arrow and you said he's the Flash. He's the reverse Flash on the Flash.
Reverse Flash.
I gotta give you the 1
Oh, I
point
said
though
the-
for Tom Cavanaugh.
I said the
I'll
Flash.
say
But
it's
wait a
the
second,
reverse
she
Flash.
said Harrison Wells though, or is that as him as
You know,
Earbrock Thawne?
that is yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That is
because
him
he
as
was.
Thawne, yeah. I've actually got written down as
Yeah.
Thawne. So I think
Well,
I'm not
because he
gonna
was
give any
first.
points.
It all depends on which version, because he was first introduced as Harrison Wells, and
But-
then you come
Yeah.
to find out. So
That's true, Scomantics.
How about I give each?
No,
How
he
about I
was
give?
posing as him. He was always Eobard Thawne
Let's hear this argument
at that point.
Yeah, I want to hear the debate.
But he's Earth 2 Wells.
yeah,
Taylor has
He's
no
in the
idea. He's
body,
never seen an
he-
episode of The Flash.
He has,
What?
he has the face of Earth 2 Wells, but he is the body and the mind are Eobard Thawne.
I say we
Where's
just be
Trav-
happy we
where-
get that.
where's,
point.
where's Travis in the chat?
Hey, he's in season 2. He's introduced as Wells from Earth 2.
yeah. It's like
right, yeah.
how
What was the quote he was saying? Was it something
Yeah.
as Thawne or was it
Thawne
as
was-
Wells?
It was
Yeah,
something
that's
as
the debate.
Thawne. It was when Barry was in the hospital bed and he's talking about how he actually. Let's play the rest of the quote.
And
Damn it,
at home,
Barry.
I have to be the one who creates you.
That's the rest of the quote. Being talking
Okay.
about how.
Yeah, that's fine. We'll take the 1 point
Okay.
because she got Tom Cavanaugh. That's
Yeah.
clean.
I'm gonna give Team Taylor 1.2 for a fair argument. Standing
yeah.
for themselves, you know.
Oh, what the fuck?
But-
I think
Hey, I
This is
did
like-
also-
this is like
I
around.
argument
This is
point?
like around the horn, man. Like I just hit the button. Points where I
Okay,
want
that's
to, you know?
it.
Hey, Greg, I in all fairness, I said the Flash, like what show
She
he's
did.
from. Not- He's the
She
Flash.
did. Yep,
So-
she did.
Okay, I misheard you then. I'll give you 2. Sound good?
Okay.
All right, good
Yeah.
deal. Here we go. Next one.
He's such a sexy actor.
No, not this time.
Chris,
Chris.
that would be the voice of the Batman, Kevin Conroy, as from Batman the Animated Series. I cannot guess. Are we doing movie or TV at that?
I bet it's a movie, and he
Yes.
didn't let him
If it's-
go. You
if
didn't
it's-
let him go
if
long
it's-
enough.
If it's the movie, it's Mask of the Phantasm.
He's
I'll
in
give you
multiple
the 2
movies.
because it's not Mask of the Phantasm.
Okay, I could have guessed that. I'm gonna guess the ultimate movie. So
Okay, you got it though. It is Kevin Conroy, Batman. That's actually the last scene from The Killing Joke, where him and Joker are talking. Play the
oh
rest of
what?
it.
Oh come on!
Great, movie.
I don't want to hurt you. I don't
outstanding
want either of
film.
us to end up killing the other.
That's why I said some of them you have to have
We're running out of
context.
alternatives.
I know, but
Chris, you're a teacher, man. You read the whole question, before you answer
but
the
no
whole
one else. Yeah, I'm the one who's been waiting, and then everyone jumps in ahead.
That's true. Yeah, no, I'm thinking.
I know it's almost like you got to listen to the whole audio clip, and then.
Some of them you do, yeah.
If someone who created the game established that as a rule, then
I don't really think about rules. I just try to put stuff together. So. All right, here's the next one.
You're the second man who killed me this week. But
Travis. Michelle Pfeiffer, Batman Returns, Catwoman / Selena Kyle / the love of my life next to my fiance.
I think I saw a blood vessel pop on Travis's head.
I know Michelle Pfeiffer's voice.
I'm so proud I actually knew that one.
Yeah.
Yes.
I put that one in there just so Kay would have one on our movie she recently watched. I was like, she might get this one. So, all right, let's finish that one out.
I tried to save you from
It seems like every woman you try to save ends up dead. Or deeply resentful.
All right.
Story.
Here we go. Next one.
When you look in her eyes.
Travis. Tobey Maguire, Spider-Man / Peter Parker, Spider-Man 1 2002. It's when he's in the Is it not when he's in the hospital bed talking to Aunt May and talk? Yeah, it is. What is this movie from?
No, you're absolutely right. It's when he's talking to Mary Jane and Aunt May's in the hospital bed. And
Aunt May's spying on him like a little I don't know, minx or something. She's just like who does that? They're having a personal conversation. She's pretending to sleep while.
You think she's gonna get up and walk away? Her house exploded for crying out loud.
Which is rated some of the best GIFs this week. Those have been some amazing GIFs people have used that scene for this week, from birth announcements to.
Yeah. All right, let me finish that clip here.
She's looking back in yours.
Oh, by the way, my other hot take is that Tobey Maguire's a terrible Spider-Man.
Oh, you're crazy.
Ooh.
Loved it.
That's not necessarily not fully true.
Teddy, I agree with you.
That's true. I mean, I don't think he's the best, but he was pretty good, I thought.
No, I'm sorry. Tom is my Spider-Man. You can't. No.
Promises movies are just fine.
I mean, the movies aren't bad, but I mean, it's just you can pick and choose.
Tony in the chat room says he nailed that Batman 2 reference so quick. All right, so how did Travis nail it so quick? I mean, there we go. All right.
Heaven and hell are right here.
Chris.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be Keanu Reeves as John Constantine from the movie Constantine.
Nailed it. Finish that clip.
Love that movie. Absolutely
I do too.
Love that.
I do too.
We're smack in the middle. Angels and demons can't cross over on your plane.
All right. Here we go. Next one's a close game. Next one.
Without me, she will unleash hell on Earth, and you will be powerless to stop it.
Travis.
Timothy Dalton, Doom Patrol, The Chief.
Yeah, Chief. Now it's Colorado. We'll take either one. Good deal. All right, next one.
And I just want to thank absolutely no one.
Chris.
That would be Harley Quinn, played by Kaylee Cuoco in the animated series Harley Quinn.
Nailed it, and I love this clip too.
Yeah, fuck the principal, fuck the shop teacher that looks at my ass every time I walk into class. Yeah, I see you.
Chris, do you want to tell us something?
My 13-year-old daughter asked me if she could watch that show the other day, and I was like, I don't know, but I have heard her play Fortnite when she thinks I can't hear. And I mean, I know I've heard her say some of those words playing Fortnite. So Nathan says, "Give me 20."
Still, okay. you gotta have that line in the sand.
Yeah, that's true. All right, next one.
Hello there.
Get.
Chris.
Chris.
Katie.
I heard a lot of Chris said.
I said Katie.
That would be Ewan McGregor as Obi-Wan Kenobi in Episode 3, Revenge of the Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith.
Nailed it.
Travis, why didn't you shout your name out?
You can't hear me, Greg.
I heard all of them before me.
Oh.
I heard you, Katie, but I thought I heard Chris say it first. Maybe I didn't hear you the first. Maybe you did say it first. I don't know.
I thought I heard Katie, but you know.
Did you? Did you?
Hey, just yell Nathan next time.
Yeah. All right. Here we go. Ready?
This is gonna hurt. There are no prisoners with Hydra. Just order.
Chris.
That would be Sebastian Stan, Bucky Barnes in Captain America vs. Avenger.
No.
I got it.
Wrong on
Travis.
all 3 accounts. Travis.
Crossbones, the Winter Soldier, and Frank Gorello.
That is correct. I was actually looking for Rumlow, but I'll go Crossbones because it works, you know. There we go. That was a good guess, though, Chris. I knew I was going to get somebody with that one because it's not as popular as of a character. There we go.
What? Crossbones?
There we go.
Buddy, you still there? I just don't know. It seems like you're trying to speak, but you just took a hell of a hit.
Travis.
Travis.
Jeffrey Dean Morgan, a.k.a. Thomas Wayne, a.k.a. Negan, The Walking Dead.
Nailed it. There you go.
Coming to an end.
Yeah, wait, that is crazy. We should talk about that later. Yeah.
So hard, your eyeball just popped out. You keep my secret, and you won't harm Karen Page or fucking Nelson or anyone else. Because if you knew, I will go after your wife.
That's a difficult one, but I put some hints in there.
Play it again.
Let's see.
Rewind.
Karen Page or fucking Nelson or anyone else. Because if you knew, I will go after
Chris.
your wife.
Chris.
Charlie Cox, Daredevil, Netflix show Daredevil.
Nailed it. Yep. That was so hard to recognize that I had to put him saying some characters' names just to give y'all a clue for that one.
That was a good one.
I barely caught it, but I have the scene in my head.
Yep. Great scene.
I can bring you in warm.
Taylor.
Taylor.
The Mandalorian, Episode 1, Pedro Pascal.
Nailed it. And just so y'all know,
I felt the same way.
If it's a television show, y'all don't have to name the episode. You just got to name the show because any episode's pretty difficult. So
okay.
But yeah, you nailed that one. That one was simple because it was the first episode. That was like his first badass line. So.
Or I can bring you in cold.
All right, here we go.
My stuff.
Taylor.
Travis. Carl Urban, the Executioner, Thor Ragnarok.
Yes.
I can give you 2 of those 3, but his name's not the Executioner.
Is it not the? She
it's
calls
not
him the Executioner in that movie.
But it's not. No, that's what that she dubbed him as his job. That's not his name. If anybody can get his name, I'll give you the point on Team Taylor.
Everyone's got it.
Dang it! It's on the tip of my tongue. Oh my
I'm
God.
gonna see what he's listed as IMDb. Let's see this.
It's Scourge, but he is called the Executioner.
Yes.
Yes. But see, I think we should both get points on that one because that's a trick. He is
I like
the Scourge, but he's also known as the Executioner.
I think we'll do that. All right.
See, guys, I'm helpful.
Fair. That's all right. I only got a few more left here.
Out of a place so
Tell me.
Oh, gotta finish this one.
I even named them Des and Troy. See, we put them together.
Katie?
Well, it's the same one. I just had to finish that. That would be funny if you give a different answer, though. All right, here we go.
What the? I was like, the boy?
No more swords. No more weapons.
Travis. Oscar Isaac, Apocalypse, X-Men Apocalypse. No more superpowers.
Got it.
I only know that because I say no more superpowers way too much in my life. Because I just
That's
like
crazy. That's what my kids are watching right now.
No more superpowers.
Finish that one up.
No more superpowers.
All right, here we go. We're down to 2 more, I think. 3 more. Let's see.
What is it like not to feel anger, or heartbreak, or the need to stop at nothing to avenge the death of the woman who gave birth to you?
Oh, Taylor?
Taylor.
Star Wars or not Star Trek. Star Trek
I can help
Beyond.
you.
I know it's Chris Pine, Captain Kirk. But okay, Chris, I need some help on which one because
I think it's the original Star Trek.
The very first one.
Yeah, I think it's the first one.
Okay, I'll go with you. Yeah, I'll go with that.
That is the first one. Yep.
Okay, good.
Yep.
And the only reason I know he's trying to get Spock angry to strike him back because that's what he's been told in order to lose control.
Yep. All right, here
you
we
better be
go.
glad my kid was talking to me then.
I hated it because I saw you too, and I was like, no. I was like, I put a Star Trek on a chest for Sarah, and you were turned around. I was like, no.
That's what always happens.
Yeah. All right, here we go.
It must not even compute.
Let's finish that one first.
They're moving in herds.
Stop, Taylor.
Oh.
Damn it.
Listen to it, dude.
Sam Neill, Dr. Alan Grant, Jurassic Park. Travis, you're never gonna beat me on my Jurassic Park.
No, he loves Jurassic Park to death.
Yeah.
So
Welcome to
I had y'all in mind putting these together. So all right, last
there's a shame clip coming in.
Last one, y'all, and I think that it's a pretty close score. Here we go. I made an odd number just for a tiebreaker, but it's pretty damn close.
They do move in herds.
It's gonna come quick. You ready?
Uh-huh.
Right, Scott.
Chris!
Great, Katie!
That would be Doc Brown from Back to the Future, played by, who is it? Who is it? Christopher Lloyd.
Damn it! I knew he was fucking around.
Oh yeah, I knew that. You knew he knew that. All right. Cool.
I need Supernatural and Twilight in here next time, Craig.
Okay.
Yeah! It's not fair.
Oh, see, I thought Greg was going to pull a good one out there. He was going to pull on, bam, 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 I'm vengeance. I thought that was going to be the last one.
Oh, I didn't think about that. But you know what? The possibilities are endless. So, well, I'll tell you what.
Supernatural, Twilight,
Well,
Bill and Ted.
If I can get my audio working the correct way, which the professor in the chat room is going to give me tips on how to do that because he can do it on his show, and I thought I was going to get to work on my show. It'll be a whole lot better. I'll get some more in there like that. But
this was cool, Greg. I like it.
Yeah, it's a little different than just trivia. So, like I said, first
Greg.
run, so it'll be a little better next time. But talk amongst yourself real quick. I'm going to attempt to do some math. So
Next time, Travis and Taylor are not invited because they speak too fast.
Jeez, let us listen because some of us can't quite compute as
Yeah.
You gotta get points though.
I'm all about that.
especially Star Trek. Damn it! I mean, really.
I was surprised you pulled Star Trek.
Sarah, have you been watching Lower Decks?
Oh, I love it. I finally watched it night before last, and I like binged all.
The last few episodes have been better than the beginning.
wow.
Dude, I love how they like pepper in just like little tidbits, and it's just like just random stuff of all kinds of like I heard of Trip Tucker and all this. I was like, oh, and oh, it was hilarious. I love Mariner, and then of course I love what's his name, Bomer, which I mean it's Jack Quaid.
Boiler. Yeah, Boiler.
Yeah, I mean it's Jack Quaid. So I mean because I didn't get to see all of the panels from Star Trek Day, but I did watch the Lower Decks panel. Oh man, I love them. And because the
Discovery panel.
Oh, I know I haven't seen that one yet. I know. It's like I don't want to because I saw the trailer and I'm just like,
So good.
oh, give it to me. So yes, I'm so excited. So excited.
Travis, the tell for it was the little dingling of their tech in the background. That's like that had that Star Trek kind of tin to it. So
Dingling. Okay.
The
dingling. Well, y'all, so I added up the scores, and I'm glad I went with an odd number because it did end up coming down to the last question that was the tiebreaker. So I went odd. So with the score of 36 is Team Travis. Team Taylor has a score of 39. So I had to say the last question was the one that decided it. So.
Oh man.
How do you feel, Travis?
Fuck Back to the Future.
Shut your mouth when you're talking to me.
But yeah, that was fun, man. been a while.
Do that again, Greg.
Well, you're getting one win this weekend, Taylor. That's good for you.
No, that's a taste of what's to come. Thank you, Chris. Chris, you're an amazing teammate.
I'll give you a taste, all right.
I'm still I'm still sticking with Travis. I don't change. I don't change.
At this point, I need to hear some SmackDown music. This is what
when
I need
you
to
said
hear.
Harrison Wells at first, Kay, I thought you said Orson Welles, and I'm like, what is Greg pulling from? Like,
no, I literally was like, I know Tom Cavanaugh's voice. Like, he's the best part of The Flash. And I was like, I didn't know that you were pulling from TV shows. Otherwise, I would have been more succinct about it because I was like, oh, that's Tom Cavanaugh, but what movie is this? And so, yeah.
Well,
they better use him much better this coming season because last season was a joke.
They've kind of made him a joke over the last few seasons. You know, I mean,
no argument here. I mean, but he's been as of Sherlock, I've hated it.
No.
I've just hated Sherlock and Sherlock. Excuse me.
It was a funny riff, like bringing him in as different Harrison Wells over the seasons, but now it's kind of like.
Yeah, it like you said, it was fun at first, and like the idea was like, oh, it's a great idea. It's just not something I want to see all the time. Like, but all right, cool. Well, y'all, I'll tell you what, we are on Super Civil Servants, and especially since I got the CEOs in the show tonight, I've got to take one quick moment. You're going to see some YouTube magic on how we do, I guess, podcast magic, and we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back. And we're back. Look at that magic, y'all. Don't you love it? It's the magic of TV. The magic of broadcast.
It's magic.
Well, before we
that's good. Taylor said he better do an ad break tonight, or I'm going to lose it. That's what he told me right before.
I'll botch the match tomorrow.
Speaking of Wonder Woman, I saw Sarah put up her Wonder Woman figure. I did see in my nearby Walmart they had both 1984's figures from McFarlane line. Actually, one of each, the armored and the just her in her normal costume.
It's so disappointing.
Be glad
I was looking for the Grim
when
Knight.
I retweeted that because there was a lot of profanity. Because there's little tidbits of 2020 I've been waiting for, and that's been one of them because I've been waiting so long, and now they're gonna push it back, and I get it, but I don't like it.
Well, I tell you what, let's talk about that, because let's go to hop right in the news, because there's not a whole ton of news to talk about. I think this is the only story we even brought up, and you're right. We got more news that Wonder Woman, only in theaters, is pushed back. What they say, Christmas Day?
Yeah.
Christmas Day.
Let's call it next year. Let's call it the movie that's been the most delayed. I think Brent put it out there. At that point, it's the New Mutants.
Yeah. Yeah,
it's officially been delayed more than New Mutants has now, which is funny. New Mutants had like longer ones because of how long it took, but this is the amount of times. Because if you think about it, it was supposed to come out.
But Wonder was like practically finished. I mean, it's like
oh, it's finished. It's in the can. Yeah.
2018.
Yeah, November. Yeah, exactly. We should have seen it a long time ago. And they're definitely kicking. Like we talked about this on Geek First the other night about Rise of Skywalker. If like they are lucky they did release in Christmas because it's like they got that last laugh. Wonder Woman, they should have. They're kicking themselves now that they didn't come out when they were supposed to because they could have made all that money. They would have made near or $1 billion, and now it's just obviously with Tenet and Mulan were these tests. We don't know what's going to happen with Black Widow, but when we see the Black Widow news, we'll hear how Disney thought about Mulan. With this shows that no matter how they spin it, Warner Bros. Is not happy with how Tenet did, and they feel that, you know what, Wonder Woman can't make a lot of money, and I'm with Chris that I would prepare yourself not for December. I'd prepare yourself for just indefinite, to be honest. I think it will be next year.
That was the original thing. It was indefinite.
Yeah,
and then they
came out with December. Yeah, and they still haven't delayed Dune, which is strange because Dune is out 2 days later if it stays, but it's not going to stay. They're not going to release two movies back to back like that. So.
Well, and what's funny is that. Sorry,
go ahead, Katie. No, go ahead.
What's funny is the posters that originally put it in October came out on the Wonder Woman Twitter feed with a Thanksgiving release date.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. I was thinking November.
So, and then those were later deleted. Somebody published them too early. So I'm like, they've been playing with this release date change for a while. But also at the same time, like, yeah, I'm glad that this late for Warner Brothers hasn't changed because you've seen it change. Like, you've seen it with the MCU especially, but like Disney's movies, if one movie shifts back, everything shifts back. So it's
It
within the MCU, especially because of how everything connects. So, I mean, Dune, with how the reaction came out, I'm not surprised they didn't shift it immediately, because they want to try and maintain that hype for as long as possible, I think. So kind of keeping that hope alive that, okay, yeah, it's going to come out in December. So, and I mean, it might not be a bad thing to say, okay, if we're at a state which, probably, unless New York and Los Angeles open before then, we're not going to be at a state where movie theaters or movie studios are going to be releasing new movies. It's not going to happen until Los Angeles and New York open.
And they got to open and perform well too, because they could open, but let's say they still are not doing that well, they'll go, oh, it's not even worth it. And I think it's pretty far off still, unfortunately.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people saying, oh, Mulan didn't do as well, so that makes Disney's proof of concept not good. So you cannot compare Mulan to Black Widow. I'm sorry. I'm not saying Mulan is a bad movie. Please don't read into that. I'm not paying for it just because I'm not that interested. And yes, I want to support the idea. I think it is a good idea, but I'm also like my $30 going to something that I'm, going to have. And so Hey, Nathan. So I think Black Widow, if they end up doing that to their premiere service, I think it's going to be a very different. It's just going to be completely different. You can't compare the two. So people that are trying to compare, I'm sorry, you're wrong.
And Milan's also the first one on the gate too. There's tons of people, I guarantee, that still didn't even know about it. People that don't use Twitter or on social media, they have no idea. And maybe they go on Disney Plus every once in a while. If you have kids, I'm sure you saw it right away. But if you use it once in a while, what if they don't see this until Mandalorian? They say, oh, you could have bought Mulan. So that's why it's like, I agree that it's not like the biggest one, but still it's the first out of the gate, so you can't just give up. But they might, because maybe they'll worry.
The downside with Mulan too, like talking Canadian dollars, when I checked out, it was like $46-$47 with tax, and like that's like ridiculous.
We're in America, we don't give a shit about Canadian dollars.
Well, the thing about Mulan, if it had been frozen, it'd have been a totally different story, because Mulan is just not that big of a draw. Even with, my littles. If it had been frozen, yeah, they'd have been begging for that. I just don't think Mulan was just the one. It was not a juggernaut to really pull that much, like a $30. No.
Well, I'm jumping in the middle of conversation here, and I'm sorry, but with Mulan personally, I think on the big screen, I really do think it would have made its money.
Yes, I agree.
But for some reason, I honestly don't know why it's reversed. Like for instance, I think if Wonder Woman comes out on VOD, it smashes and makes a bunch of money. But if it comes out in the theaters, it's going to do some Tenet stuff. But I think if Mulan would have went to the theaters, I really do think maybe not $1 billion movie, but let's just say Suicide Squad numbers, like high 700s or something like that.
You really think so?
But for some reason, I just don't think it translates to video on demand because like me personally, I want to see Mulan, but I know I don't need to pay that $30 because in 3 months I'm going to have it for free on the Disney subscription service that I already have.
Yes.
Why do I need it?
I
can personally wait.
Yeah.
Well, here's the other thing too. Adding more credence to what you're saying, Nathan. What's more of a water cooler movie that you need to see it to be part of the conversation? Black
Absolutely.
Widow, Mulan is not the I've heard it's a good movie, but again, you can't compare the two. In a Black Widow MCU, it's kind of like what would be Wonder Woman. You want to see it soon so you can be part of the conversation. Why do you think we all would want to see it and chip in and see it at that point?
The other issue at hand with Mulan is that I think it would have done better if they hadn't gatekeeped it being strictly behind Disney Plus.
Oh, you think so? You think if they'd released this like Vudu and Amazon and stuff in iTunes?
Because, the whole concept of it releasing, we know it's releasing in December on Disney Plus.
So right, which is my whole argument.
The monthly subscription to get Disney Plus, lose it then when I drop Disney Plus, because if I'm only buying Disney Plus strictly because I want to see Mulan,
that's not happening.
It's not happening. So
I'm sorry, I hate to say that, but there might have been 10 people in the whole world that got Disney Plus from Mulan, but 10 out of their other cajillion. Like, come on.
Well, no, I agree. I agree to a point. I don't know why they went with December. I think December was way too early to say you could just get this. They should have been 6-9 months. Like, they should have waited. But I agree with Nathan as far as it being in theaters, because there's a few of them that aren't major hits. But if you look at those live-action Disney remakes, all of them are like 600 plus. Tons are $1 billion. Like, Aladdin's the last $1 billion movie we're gonna have for ages. And I think because, like Nathan was saying, the theater aspect, Mulan, it doesn't have the water cooler like Chris was talking about, but it has that, like, let's take the kids and the family and go see it. It has that this is an event. We can take the kids to a big movie and they won't be scared. There might be some violence, sure, but nothing too outrageous, right? Where at home, it's like they have tons of just Disney. It's not an event to see Mulan at home because it's just, you're just at home, but going theater, getting the popcorn, the whole deal, I do think it would have done well. Like, you look at those Maleficent movies. Those Maleficent movies are god awful, but
my wife loves them.
Yeah.
And the first one was a massive hit, and that was, like, for fans and critics, was not really praised that well. So I agree. I think in theaters it would have made a lot more money, but at home, not so much.
Well, I have a quick question. I don't remember the original Mulan movie, the cartoon, but was it Disney movie where, like most Disney movies, where it's got a lot of music into it and people singing?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Have y'all seen the movie yet? Any of y'all?
No.
I haven't seen either one.
Okay.
Neither one.
I was speaking to a friend today at work about this, who said he bought it last night with him and his wife and paid for it, and he told me don't waste my money. He said it wasn't a good movie.
I've also heard that, unfortunately.
He said all the
Mulan was really not a big draw for me. Yeah. Really, that was just one that I just wasn't drawn to, because I mean, I figured even my daughter, I mean, she's 7 and she watches all the Disney movies. I mean, she was like, "You want to see Mulan?" She's like, so.
Well, here's the thing for me is it looked really good to me on, like, the previews and everything I saw. I was like, oh, that's a really interesting take on this. But I know that every time they've done a live-action Disney movie, it's been a remake of the movie. They've had the musicals in there. They've had the songs. And those are the things that you love about those Disney movies. At least I do. I love those kind of things. And he told me none of that's in there. He said there is no music that they do from the last movie into this.
Original tale of Mulan.
Yes, right.
Like, there is no dragon, there is no comedic little dragon or anything.
Well, but let's call a fucking spade a spade. They did that dragon shit to be PC. Seriously, like, honest to God, whatever, do what you want to fucking do. But they did it for PC because they was like, oh, that's stereotypical and cultural. Blah, blah,
I wouldn't go that
which
far.
Fits with the goddamn movie.
I wouldn't go that far that it would be that.
No, I swear to God, that was an article when this came out. We're not doing the dragon because that's on the border of racism. Like, come on, that's a part of their culture. Literally, they have a month called the month of the fucking dragon. Like, let's go. Like, seriously, let's stop.
I think it'd look more ridiculous doing it in live action than what it would have been in the cartoon, because it was in the cartoon. It was definitely comedic relief because it was Eddie Murphy.
That's true. Yeah. That's very you had Eddie Murphy exactly.
Exactly. So that's why I'm saying it wouldn't fit in what they're trying to do with this version of the film.
That's what I was going to say, Chris and Greg, is that. Personally, I was interested in this because it is PG-13, and like from what I understand, like the promotion of it is like they were kind of playing up like the war aspect of, like, she almost had to be like the mystery warrior. You know what I mean? Like the just like in the cartoon, like she went in and acted like a man and like went in there and was like kicking the shit out of people. You know what I mean? Like, and I think if they would have focused before, okay, maybe for me personally, I haven't seen it, but like that sounds more interesting to me. Is like, so let's see her go undercover and let's see her, go in there and work her way through the ranks and become the top of the top. And then when they come out, it's like, whoa, it's a woman, and like she's like, yeah. What say something
without spoiling the film. They do, in my opinion, they did a really good job at tackling that. I really like that story, and that's it. I feel like they could connect with the Mulan in that sense. In terms of, again, like not having Mushu, they do have like an alternative kind of like spiritual kind of guardian kind of storyline that is thrown in there. And again, this isn't a spoiler either. As soon as the movie pretty much starts, the narrator dives right in, like, you've heard the story before, but this is a different retelling of Mulan. So I think that people, I liked it, but I think it's definitely based on perspective. I think a lot of people are holding on to the original and the cartoon, and they're thinking, it doesn't have those songs, doesn't have any of that, so I can't get into it. It's too different or whatever. But I like the take that they did, and for me, I think that I would have loved to have seen this on the big screen. That's the only con I have, I think, with this movie.
Taylor, where could they find your full review?
Find that out. Geekverse Podcast, ladies and gentlemen.
Shameless plug, motherfucker.
Well, hey, folks, let's welcome the professor. He was in the chat room. He wanted to come on and talk to us about the boys, but he was in the chat room talking about what we're talking about. So I said, well, let's go ahead and bring him in. And he raised a really good point in the chat room. So, Tony, what's up, man?
We don't like good points around here. We like nonsensical bullshit. So get that logical thinking out of here.
Nathan, I put up with you.
Hey, I've been drinking. I've worked with my family for a little bit. I've had a couple.
I can hear you. I can hear you, but you're low, Tony. Yeah. What's up, Tony?
Why you hide?
What?
I'm low.
There you go.
Oh God.
Am I hiding?
Nope, now you're low. Yeah, Nathan, we can't see you.
Loud. Can you hear my voice, homie?
I can hear you.
Bloop. Hey guys.
There you go.
All right. So what's up, Tony?
Friend. Hello.
Dude, you guys got me tripping, man.
Yeah. Bring up that point you were talking about.
Which was what? I don't even know what I was talking about.
You said in the chat room you were talking about the $30. The problem with it is.
Yeah. All right. So I think that I've been dying to watch movies like on demand like that, right? Like I've always said, I'll pay $20 to watch this movie come out and not have to go to the movie theater or whatever, right? And you're with your family, you can sit there, you can cook dinner, you can do whatever. But when it's only one movie, one time, like they dropped with Mulan, you're saying this is that it just feels like
I thought if you paid $30, it was yours.
No,
it is.
Really?
Drop Disney Plus, then it's
no
gone.
Shit. Okay, see, I didn't know that. I did not know that.
That's what I was saying.
It's like with Apple, where you like buy it.
Well, that's my bad. See, I was misinformed. Yeah, sorry.
Ultimately, the point is this: is that you now, because it's only a one movie, one time, limited, and we don't really. You're just saying, is the movie worth $30?
Right.
It's not about sitting at home and having a cheap experience. So if there was 100 movies that came out in the last 3 months, and you paid $30 for a movie, you recognize that, like, oh, it could be a dud movie or this or that, but Disney really built it as a big deal, right? They build it as a giant deal, and then you pay $30, and you're like, I have Disney Plus. It's going to be out in 3 months. I could have just waited.
Yeah.
My whole fucking point, exactly. Yeah. I can wait. I can wait till I get it for free.
I think what they should have done is ultimately, I think what Disney should do is they're a gajillion dollar company, right? It's not like
I want to be a gajillionaire.
$30. It's not like $30 makes or breaks them. They should have just said this is use this as a way to promote Disney Plus. It's be like, boom, Disney Plus people get Mulan. My wife actually said this to me. She said, hey, Mulan's coming out on Disney Plus. Let's watch it. And then I said, and then like a week later, I said, oh yeah, it comes out today, but it costs us $30. She was like, I'm good.
Right. Like, it's like the same thing I said. I will wait till what? December,
it's not that big
January?
of a deal. But
fuck it.
Well, it's like
I'll wait till then.
I mean, like I said, it's like when Bill and Ted 3 came out. It was more cost effective to go and buy the movie than to rent it. I mean, obviously it wasn't through Disney Plus, but I mean, it was like only a couple of dollars more. My husband was like, I just soon buy it versus renting it. Right. So, it's like one of those things where, it just doesn't make sense. I mean, really, it doesn't.
They should not have made the debut of like ultimately pay-per-view movies, right? That's what this is.
That's a good comparison. Yeah, that's a really good comparison.
Of a pay-per-view
$30 was just
they should have made the price either lower or had a movie that was, like you guys said, was a more of a juggernaut. That was the words you used.
Yeah. Black Widow would have done the numbers.
Like, yeah, or, and that's the thing is, like, it was intriguing until it wasn't.
Well, the only problem with guaranteeing Black Widow does numbers is that the hours after Mulan came out, it was already over torrent sites. So that's where I can't say Black Widow's a guarantee. So it might be, but what happens if it comes out and then people just torrent the shit out of it and then they lost everything? But then they still want their money back, though, right?
Regular folks so like us
they are worth $7.6 gajillion. They'll be fucking fine, I promise you, because they're gonna have enough people pay for that.
You guys already know what a gajillion dollars is. You knew exactly how much that was.
If those parks don't open and they don't got the theater going and all like Disney Plus is like the only.
Well, okay, Travis. Okay, well, how about like because Disney Plus does have because like you guys get everywhere. If it's literally like let's just I don't know for shits and giggles try to make it the best time. Maybe for America it's like 3 p.m. But it's like look like we're gonna launch it on a Friday. You know maybe Saturday. Some countries Saturday morning, but everybody at the same time. It's a drop, which I know they do, but like they really push it and they market it. And let's just say they do it for a week. They go, all right, look, you're getting it for this price for 1 week, and then it's gone until it comes back for that. Do you think that then that gets people to go, oh shit, I need to get there and I need to see this so people talk about it? Like if they make it like a you got to do this now thing, you know what I mean? Like let's do it right now. You get 3 or 4 days, whatever it is, for $30. Does that make you go, well, I'm not going to miss out on the Black Widow talk or the Wonder Woman, or you know what I mean? Is that to me that'd be like, all right, I got to be there.
Yeah, I
think that's better. And then again, I don't think because Mulan was September, so October, November. I don't think 3 months after you should be putting Mulan or Black Widow. So I think making it timed would be good. And don't even tell people when it's coming. Even if it is 3 months, don't tell them that's the date it's coming. Right. I know it's a shady thing, but that's a business. That's what you do.
No, you're right. Don't tell them
10 movies at the same time. That's the thing. Is like it's either Mulan or bust. Right? Is that
if you package it? That's a good point, but that's loss of money for them though if they package it. If it's all new
they
releases.
Go into the movie theater now.
All right.
You're
Nobody's
right.
going to the movie theater.
See,
my biggest.
Okay.
Sorry, my biggest thing about how movies keep getting pushed back is it's one thing for movies that are in production or we're in the middle of filming, but with movies, especially like Wonder Woman, where they've been marketing this movie since June of 2019.
It's
They're
done.
literally spending hundreds of millions of dollars on marketing. And now they're about to have to do a new marketing push again after they just had DC fandom.
For a regular advertising campaign, you're supposed to double it. Sometimes it's not that high, but that's what you say. You spend $40 million on a budget, you're spending $4 million to market it. So I don't think they've spent double every time because they've never done a huge ramp up. But that New Mutants, Tenet, they all cost more than they would. So that's saying they're not getting as much, and they're even costing more than when they would originally come out.
Right. Lose all the way. We'll see.
Because I've TV spots on Wonder Woman for 2 years now.
Yeah.
So.
I've seen candy bar covers and Doritos wrappers and all kinds of stuff in the
it's been crazy marketing. Yeah.
Well, the thing is, man, and going back to what all of y'all are kind of saying is that $30 to me is actually a steal if it's a movie that I really want to see. But most of the time when I'm gonna pay to see a movie, I want to pay to see it in theaters. Like I'm not gonna pay to go see Mulan, especially like you guys say, because it's coming out in 3 weeks or 3 months. But I mean, I would pay even more than $30 if you told me this is not going to be in theaters. Like if you say Wonder Woman's not going to be in theaters, okay, cool. I'll pay $40-$50 to watch it at my house one time. Well, not one time, to be able to watch it at my house. Because here's the thing, if I go to the movies and do it, I'm going to spend that much money anyway. I got a family of 4. It costs me $100 to go to the movies. Between the tickets and the popcorn and everything else, it's ridiculous. So paying $50.
Can I ask you a question, Greg?
Go ahead. What's up?
Can I ask you a question? Yeah. What if this was the next Star Wars movie, right?
Ooh.
The next Star Wars movie, and what if it was? And what if it was $20?
Motherfucker, I'll stab you.
No, what if it was?
I think that's the difference. Because Mulan is
it's all Disney. It's all fucking Disney. We can't.
But what I'm saying is that you guys would not want to wait 6 weeks to see this movie. Like if the next Star Wars came out, you wouldn't wait 6 weeks.
I don't want to wait for Black Widow.
$20, and if it was $20, Greg, think about this. Like the next Star Wars movie, the Big Bill movie, is $20. You get it. You don't get to keep it. You get to watch it for say 20 days or
24 hours. Let's just say 24 hours.
Probably 24 hours.
Yeah, I would even say that, like the 48-hour kind of rule thing. And you could buy it right then. It's like dressing up and going at midnight. Right? It's like dressing up and doing that. That's what I think they should have done. That's what I think they should have done the pay-per-view movie with.
Chris is over there like, man, I'm done with this conversation.
I know. Chris is like, I ain't even trying to talk to these guys. Fuck them.
No, I've said all I need to. I've said all I need to say.
Chris, we love you. Don't let me keep talking over you. Just tell me to shut the F up, and I will sit down.
Legitimately, I've said all. You guys are all saying points. I've just said all I've needed.
What are you hiding, Chris?
Yeah,
what are you hiding?
Yeah, Chris.
Now, if it was Indiana Jones.
Right.
When we get into the debate,
or Back to the Future.
Him and Taylor.
We're never gonna. Chris,
look, you're still talking over him.
Do we actually believe you're getting another Indiana Jones? There's no way. That's a lie. That's never happened.
Social Security.
The search for Social Security is coming.
Which topic are we on?
I hope the answer is no.
Well, we started out talking about
the
Wonder
Crystal
Woman.
Skull, never again.
Here's the thing.
David Dahmer said it's coming.
The thing is between VOD and theaters, all right?
Okay.
This is personally, I've gotten tired of the debate at this point because VOD's there. It's coming. It's already here.
Yeah.
They're trying out different things. This was a stumble. It's still a proof of concept. They just didn't stick the landing on this one. Same thing with putting Tenet in the theaters this early. You know, you had a lot of people trying to push the good press at that point. Yes, it's a good movie. Still too early to come out, but it needed just to be a proof of concept, seeing what would come out. You know, then now you've got Sony saying we've got, you know, we're not going to put $200 million worth of movies at that point, of movies that don't equal in production costs of $200 million. So that's a whole bunch of hyperbole there. We're going to have VOD. We're going to have theaters at this point. We're just, you know, we're still trying to figure this all out. So.
All right. Yeah, I mean,
hey, speaking of Tenet, check out my review tomorrow.
Stop it.
You can what? You can what? I don't want to know.
Cheap plug.
What's that?
That was too smart and like balanced.
You calling us smart and balanced?
Chris,
that
for
perspective.
Sure.
It was like,
sure.
yeah,
I'll put Chris is smart and balanced on the podcast. That's why I call him Darth Balga the Learned. Because
he's Gandalf here.
Name.
Oh yeah,
he's Gandalf here. He gives all self-knowledge.
I mean, you have to like weigh everything. I mean, it's just it's.
Wait, I like the hand motion.
You put 2 pounds of shit on the scale, though, it's still going to turn out to be shit, sir.
Yeah.
Nathan.
It's the truth.
Well, look, we
gotta float with tiny little rocks.
Yeah.
Tiny little rocks.
Well, look, we had the news topic of Wonder Woman, and then we all of a sudden hopped on a squirrel tail and chased that to Milan, and just totally stopped talking Wonder Woman.
That's what we do.
Then I found the squirrel and beat it to death.
That's what we do. Hey,
pulled out 410. It's done.
What is this? What is this match that's coming up tomorrow? Like, I've missed all this. Like, what is happening? Like, is there some smack talking going on? Is there some wrestling? Like, what is? Are we talking like guys with shirts off, like get wrestling around on the ground?
We're taking everything off.
We're talking about SummerSlam.
We're going full
We're mud wrestling.
I know I just totally sidetracked the whole podcast, but I want to say while I'm thinking about it, like what the hell is happening?
About like classic WWF.
I will just quickly explain because we explained at the beginning. Tomorrow, me and Taylor are having our it's okay. We're having our second wrestling match. We had our first one 3 years ago.
Like for real wrestling, like man on man, like there'll be chest touching, like there'll be straight nipple to nipple, like.
No, Taylor put in the Taylor has an exclusive deal with Playgirl.
Right, exactly.
Taylor's not allowed to be shirtless without getting paid by the minute, so we couldn't do that. He has them unlocked. So,
who's using the rock bottom and who's using the stunner? Because I need to know who's who here. Like, what's going on?
Torture rack, baby. Torture rack.
My finisher's the frog splash. Taylor is just like, is this the runaway?
Hey, the D-Lo frog, is it the lowdown or is it the Guerrero splash or is it the 5-star frog splash? What are we doing? Are we doing Guerrero, Van Dam, or are we doing D-Lo?
Oh.
I got this shit. Come on.
If you listen to SC, you can get little scoops. There may or may not be a frog splash off something very high in this match.
I will be upset if you don't do the frog splash, my friend.
You just dropped
I can always be right now.
Hey, don't be scared. The little guys, we know how to stick a move. You know what I'm saying, Travis? You just shush. You stay over there.
So yeah, you got your picture.
Taylor's scrappy now.
Hey, I've been little my whole motherfucking life, but it ain't never stopped me. So I gotta go with the little guy. I gotta go the underdog. Let's get him.
All I'm saying is, weapons are all around. I got so much like gizmos at my disposal.
Show me a rule book. Show me a rule book that says I can't pick a brick up and hit you in the face. Guess what? It doesn't fucking exist.
That we just got totally sidetracked on that one. I didn't even say.
Sorry, guys. Sorry.
Where do you want to go now?
Look, this is what happens when you guys get me
That's
drinking.
also the same exact speech my dad gave me when I was like in 7th grade.
Right? Right.
I was very undersized.
Rockstar.
And he was like, basically, there's no rules in fighting.
There's no rules in fighting. Like, look, hey, look. Now that we've chased another goddamn squirrel, let's continue down the road. I'll fight you fair, motherfucker. But you know what? Look, let me be on the bottom. I'll tell you what. I'll reach over and grab a rock and hit you in the face. I don't give a fuck.
Whoa, this is getting weird.
He's like, I'm fucking done. I can't even move on.
Our first match, we signed a contract that said there was none of that going to happen. He used a PlayStation controller wire to choke me, and he also hired someone to come in and beat me out with a baby.
You had a heater? You brought a heater in? God damn.
His name's Pan Solo.
Oh, man. Greg, come back. I'm sorry.
He brought in that muscle.
Greg is like, why did I choose now to stop drinking?
Greg's like, I hate these fucking guys. I should have never called Nathan. Greg, come back.
I had to go get my non-alcoholic beverage.
Oh, don't worry. What you missed was uncomfortable.
Oh, okay.
All right, I'm gonna stop derailing us and bogging us down. Chris looks like he's ready to choke me. He's ready to reach through the screen and choke me.
He can do it too.
I'm the GIF that's just sitting back eating the popcorn. It's like, you guys go. You're having too much fun.
All right.
I'm gonna shut up, Greg. Continue.
That'll be next year. Me and Chris versus Taylor and Nathan. Okay?
That'll be interesting.
Don't roll me into your problems. Don't roll me into that.
No,
I want nothing to do with this.
Travis Hines and I, we're the Mega Powers. All right, brother. Like, you better look out. We are Randy Savage and Hulk Hogan. We are the Mega Powers.
A sports game on for Travis, and he'll just be looking at the whole time and let you get beat up.
You're right.
Or just start talking about Michael Jordan, LeBron, and distracts him totally. That's how I beat him whenever we played 2K. Start talking about that, he gets so derailed. But all right, yeah, let's move on. We'll go to the main event. The reason I know everybody here want to talk about tonight, we're gonna go around the horn with this one, so that we have a little structure to this one.
I want to say bye.
Oh, that's right. Katie is going to leave. She hasn't seen the boys yet. She doesn't want to spoil it. So
Katie, we miss you already. Hey, did you guys wait? Greg, did you already do your trivia thing? Did I miss that?
Yes.
Well, fuck. I'm sorry, guys.
I'm getting another beer while everybody's waiting.
Go ahead and do that. Katie, real quick, tell everybody where they can find your work, where they can find your podcast, and if they just want to talk to you, what's up?
You can find my personal Twitter. Come talk to me anytime about anything, mostly at KGelstrap13. Slice of Film is my personal podcast, film review, Slice of Film 1. Most of these people have been on it or will be on it at some point. Star Wars Alliance with me and Nathan. Star Wars Alliance without the A in the wars. Check out my Tenet review. It will be live by the time. It's not live right now, but it will be live by the time
Katie,
it drops.
I just want to say I'm so jealous that you've seen it. Like, I'm so jealous.
Watch.
Katie gets to see all the good stuff before we do. Well, before us Americans do.
All right, Sarah.
See it, but all right. Well, Katie, thank you so much. Oh, sorry.
Take over the Nathan job.
There you go.
I got you, lady. I got you.
Bye, Katie.
Katie, thank you so much. I'm sure we'll talk to you later tonight. Have a good one, and next week, see you again. All right.
Yep. Bye.
All right, y'all. So
what's next?
What's next is the main event. The only thing left we have to talk about tonight. The real reason we're all here. You know, I drug everybody through this trivia game just to build some show up and to get everybody some laughs. Now we're here to talk about the real stuff, and it's the boys. Before we do that, once again, podcast magic. We're going to throw the last little break in there. So bear with us 1 second. We're going to put an ad in right quick.
We know you're going to fast forward through it. We'll be fine. Let's go. Let's just get your fast forward ready and let's go.
Right.
Marty, don't do that. We got to go to the future this time, Marty. Come on, Marty.
All right, we'll be right back. All right, and we are back. Here we go. So main event tonight.
Yeah, we're back.
That's right. And we are back.
Got your Harry Carey.
Ladies and gentlemen.
5 o'clock.
Guys, full disclosure, I didn't get to see the last 25 minutes of The Boys, but I don't give a shit. You know me, I don't care about spoilers. Let's go.
Yeah, I haven't watched
the episode 4 episode.
I haven't watched episode 4 yet at all, but I don't mind it being.
Okay.
I'm going to watch this.
Are you good talking episode 4?
Right,
I mean,
the first three I got. Like, whoa.
So let's do this one a little bit of structure. We've all seen at least the first 3 episodes. I'm pretty sure y'all probably seen all 4. So talk about whatever you want to. Let's go around the horn. I'm going to start with the guest Tony Dunn. Give me some thoughts on season 2 of The Boys, or just what you love about The Boys, and then we'll just kind of go around and start talking about more stuff.
season 2, it's first. It's just started, right? Like I barely have gotten my mind around it. I still just think about the show itself, The Boys, and it's phenomenal. Now I did not watch. I don't know the comic book, the graphic background. I don't know that part. I just know that the idea of having it's so effed up. That's the point. Yeah. The show is so fucked up. And my thing is this. All right, so I watched The Boys when it first came out. The entire first season, like in like a day and a half. Like right when it came out, I was like, oh my God, this is like the first episode. Yeah. And then so it's been like an entire year. I knew it was coming back out. I went and watched it again. And it was every bit as awesome. Like, I mean,
so rewatchable
like this.
For sure.
And hold on, maybe I hope you can hear this. Hold on.
I got headphones in. I'm leaning close, like I can.
Can't hear it. I can't hear it. Never mind.
I was just bragging about how you can help me fix that.
I can't hear it, but it was that scene.
It's one of those like scare videos. Everyone getting close. Listen, Michael Jackson from 03 pops out.
The first, it's episode 5. It was the one where they're at the revival, and Huey says he got dunked in the water, right, and his phone didn't work. And he was trying to frame homie, and he said, "You fuck me."
Yeah,
but it was just like, what? It was just like this, and it was just the most. It's the most. It is awful and awesome at the same time.
Yeah.
Like, so this thing is great. So I went back and watched it. I was ready for season 2 to come out. I watched the episode 1, 2, and 3. Wonderful. You know what I'm saying? The way when they drove. Anytime my man says diabolical. The shit's gonna be fucked up, which is, by the way, my favorite part of that revival is seeing the baby with the eyes, and he's like, that's from season 1, right? So I watched these season 2, episode 1, 2, and 3, and I'm waiting for this new one to come out, and I happened to see that talk show. Have you guys seen the talk show they did about season 1? Where they had Carl Urban on it, they had the writer on it, they had the dude who plays Homelander, they had the girl
Anthony
that
Starr.
plays.
Anthony.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is so. These guys are so fucking crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, they like just on their own in the talk show. I cannot get enough of this. Yeah. It's diabolical.
I love Anthony Starr on Twitter. I follow him now. He is.
I need to, because that motherfucker
I love
is
it.
outstanding.
It's so cool.
My man Carl Urban said people come up to him, and this is and say, "Call me a cunt." That's what they says. Like, yes.
I wonder if you do.
Like,
how many times do you do it? Like, if you're him, like, how many times do you get tired of people doing it?
Every time.
Yeah.
Every time.
Why not?
Well,
I gotta say this: I'm tired of the deep. I am done with the deep. I am it's just been too much.
I got something to say about him.
Yeah, I agree.
Too much.
I'm sick of his sad bullshit. Either own up to being a cocksucker or fucking get over it. Like, one of the two. Either own up and you're just a straight cocksucker, nobody likes you, or get the fuck over it.
Now that you bring that up, is that if you had someone who could transform themselves,
my God.
Doppelganger, and then in this final moment,
first of all, I thought I saw some
scene,
and
close your ears. Like, if you have not seen this, where Homelander,
Greg, la 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 la.
Greg Nathan.
I don't know what the question, how to phrase this. I don't know how to phrase. Actually, what did you guys think
say? It's Super Civil Service. We don't give a shit.
There you go.
All right. Well, you want me to say it? So is all right.
Go ahead.
Here's an example. I'm an adult. As a joke, when we were 17 years old, we would say, "If you could suck your own D, would you?"
Yep.
And it was
I'd never leave the fucking house was always my answer. I'd never.
Right. Exactly. That's the funny answer. Well, I had this one kid one time. He was a little bit older than us, and he was super funny. He said this.
Oh God! Whoa.
He said that's not the question.
Oh.
Right. He said it's not. Would you? He said, would you spit or swallow?
It's a whole new question.
Yeah, it was. And he was. Look, Chris is logging off. This is his virgin ears. He is logging out of here.
It was
like we can't be doing this.
But Tony, you have a point. I mean, you have a point.
No, my point is at the end of this show is that the doppelganger transfigures into Homelander and offers to give him a blowjob. My question is this: is that would you rather? I don't know. Would you rather suck your own D or see what is going on here? It was so uncomfortable.
But I will say this to that point. You got to remember at what point was Homelander at? Because he said he didn't need anyone. So that's why Doppelganger transformed him to Homelander. He's like, well, if you don't want anybody, then you obviously want yourself. So to me, that was a
big myself though. Do some. That's a lot. It was a lot. It was a lot.
To me, episode 4 was a big turning point. To me, it's
okay.
No, it's not for that. It's not for that.
Sarah's like, yes, I am all.
No, but let's hear that. Let's hear that.
Give us some thoughts on season 2 so far.
Can I take some? Can I say
Please,
what
I want to hear. I want to know why. I want to know.
No, the reason I say that is because the first season, it took a lot for me to digest the first season. And thanks to Greg and Nathan, they were like, you've got to see this. So I finally saw it, loved it. Now I have certain characters, I'm like, the deep can go suck a fat one. I don't care. This dude can fall off the face of the plane.
Right.
I don't care about any of his salvation.
Weird trips and shit.
Shit. I could care less about this guy. Honestly, I don't care.
I want to see him go straight asshole.
I don't care. I honestly, God, I don't care because now he's looking like a bigger moron than he was before. Because now he's like into this church or whatnot, and that lady, she's terrible. She's just like, no, you can't have the girl that you want to. That's going to satisfy you. You're going to pick this. I thought I had a choice. Yeah, you have a choice. You're going to pick her. That's what you're going to do. Well, when it comes to Homelander, episode 4 of season 2, episode 4, to me was a big turning point for him because up until this point, I'm just like, okay, this dude has got like bipolar, like narcissistic.
Ego complex.
Yeah, I mean, he took out the one person that he was all about. Was still
he lasered her fucking face.
No shit, dude.
Right in her face hole.
Exactly. I'm like, what the hell? So when I see her again I'm like, is he imagining this? And then when I realize it's doppelganger, I'm like, okay, this is really effed up.
First of all,
that's just effed up anyways, because if I know it's somebody else thinking it's somebody I want it to be, I'm sorry, that's just not going to happen.
All right.
And also thinking back to season 1 where we met Doppelganger.
Yeah, and what he was used for.
As he was setting up a senator.
Yeah.
But, anybody that's seen season 4, do you feel like it's taken I feel like it's taken a different turn.
I haven't even seen season 3 yet.
I said, I haven't even seen season 2. Like, what is happening?
Damn it. It's like she's already in season 4. I'm like well episode done. 4. For episode 4, I mean, do you feel like it's kind of taken? It's almost like it's trying to take a different level for Homelander because number one, he already feels like he's like God. He has his
But now you got to bring in Stormfront too to add to that.
What the hell about her?
First of all, you got to bring.
I can't wait for that confrontation.
Female Dexter.
Homelander's the best villain that I didn't know I needed.
Nathan, how far did you get in episode 4? How far did you get?
I got about 20-25 minutes left of it.
It's about halfway.
Did you hear about Liberty?
He's on the trail to Liberty where I left off. He has not met her.
Well, you already know what's going to happen with that. You've already basically learned that. You saw Stormfront go after what's her name? And Frenchie. We all love Frenchie. And his girl. Right.
He
just all
what's his girl? But
the all railed up.
Yeah, so he goes at the terrorist dude gets jacked up by Stormfront. Right?
That was her brother.
Stormfront then goes on a
Kimiko's fucking
rage. No, she just kills all these mad mugs for nothing.
Yeah, for real.
Right? She is like
she is Homelander. She's the female version of Homelander.
No, she's worse. She's worse than Homelander.
Dude, she's been around like 70 years.
I'm not gonna say she's worse. I think they're pretty equal as far as like Homelander's killed
Homelander waved at a
multiple
kid and
planes
lasered
of
his
innocent
fucking
people.
plane.
But Homelander is like a giant infant, right? Like he is. He has done some sociopathic things, right? But he seems immature.
But it's still bad. It can only be excused for
like
so long.
I can't even look at a gallon of milk the same way after watching him. Like when I watch an episode and I see an episode and he gets the milk, I'm like, oh, I'm not having cereal tonight. Nope, that's out the fucking
ain't got nothing to do with that.
How do you look
until you produce
women?
that? You got a whole.
That is not my thing. Gross. I mean, I hate to say it, honey. I love you. You know this, but like pregnant women are not my thing. I found my limit when it came to that. Well, I mean, I know it's a thing to say like, oh, you've never looked prettier. Oh, yes, you have. Stop it. Yes, you have. Gross. I love you.
I hope your wife is not listening to this right now.
She just peeked in the door. Hi, honey. I love you.
Well, real quick, Taylor.
Love you.
Taylor, let's get some thoughts from you, man. You're sitting there with their quiet. I know you want to talk about the boys. Give me some thoughts.
Oh gosh, yeah, so much covered there. Holy smokes!
I wanted overall thoughts and then go into that, but give me some more thoughts. Yeah.
Overall thoughts, yeah. So I missed jumping on the bandwagon for season 1 of The Boys. Travis was the one who did the review and all that, and was telling us like get in on this, and finally I did, and it blew my mind what happened. I didn't know anything about The Boys, the comics, anything. So when I see like the violence and the gore, it was just I got hooked on this like alternate like take of like the superheroes commercialized and all that stuff. So when season 2 rolled around, I fell in love with those first 3 episodes, and with episode 4 now, like some of the wacky stuff that was going on, like my mom is staying with me for the past couple days, and I'm glad that the weird stuff happened in the later part of the episode because she got up and went to go do other stuff. So it's like 11. No, she didn't watch that. No. It's like 11:30 at night. My mom, she got up and left before the weird stuff started happening. So I'm glad.
Watch this together.
I had like the remote. The remote was in my hand because I was gonna like shut the TV off because I knew it was weird.
You were like 17 all over again watching Skinamax, where you were like, "Wait, I heard noise," and you get ready to turn.
That was that. Like I knew what I was doing was wrong, and my the parents are right
Greg's laughing. He knows what I'm talking about.
Especially the Homelander dynamic's kind of weird. It's like his kind of pseudo mom and whatnot, so it would just be awkward all around.
Oh, it's so weird. You have this like 67-year-old lady who doesn't know what the show is, and she's like, "Why is my son watching this stuff?" Like,
this is what I'm into, Mom. Not milk.
Yeah, I'm really turning over a new leaf here.
This is what I'm into.
What about you, Chris? You got anything they haven't hit? Some overall thoughts, just things you liked about it, loved about it?
I'm gonna be quiet.
Point out?
No, I mean it continues the outrageousness of what the Boys comic is, and they take ideas from it and scenes from it. I mean, and depart from it in good ways. I mean, it's going to be one of these very interesting things to see. I like that we're getting to see the hints of Stormfront. I mean, the fact that the character, besides being a gender swap, they've definitely got the character down. In fact, I mean, the characters, the name Stormfront, it comes directly from that neo-Nazi fascist, very first, thing we had in the United States with this kind of racist movement at that point. But that's where the name comes from. And so we saw the inklings.
Can you explain that a little bit?
Yes, please. I was going to say, I'm going to park there, but I wasn't going to say anything.
A guy in the comics?
Yes, Stormfront is. I don't want to get too deep into it because I don't want to
read these
spoil.
Comics, I mean,
is that why she got a shaved part of her head, or is that just a trendy thing?
That's just the quick trend of what they've decided to do with that character. It's like I said, it's a complete gender swap. So, but the idea behind the character is that, again, the character is very racist. And I would pay attention to remember what they're saying about who Voight is, who Voight was.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be very important to Stormfront's character.
Okay.
Is she like Mrs. Voight?
No.
Spoil me. You guys,
don't spoil me.
I was gonna say, I don't think y'all want to be spoiled.
Yeah. There was a reason they dropped the history of Voight of who created the company and created Compound V.
Okay.
So, but again, like I love seeing just a changeover in that character, and I think that I love the line that she uses in this 4th episode where she says, "You spent all this money on the Save America BS campaign, and I paid 5 guys to go do a meme thing on you, and it tore you apart." You know?
Yeah.
She's got the whole thing. It's like you have fans. She's like, I have soldiers.
Yeah.
Who's stronger, bro? Chris, tell me who's stronger, her or Homelander?
I think they're about tit for tat. To be honest with you,
they're both I wouldn't say yin and a yang, but they both bring their own power. I think when it comes down, I think Homelander is stronger.
You know what I would compare it to?
I think that Stormfront
his thing is zinc, right? Like that, like if you put him in a zinc box, basically, that's how you kill him. I don't know how you kill him, but right, and he can't see through zinc, right?
I think it's basically Superman versus Storm. It's basically if you had Storm, which is a motherfucking powerful beast, versus Superman. Like who wins that battle?
That's a bad
Storm can do some damage to Superman. I promise you. Storm can she could do some damage to Superman.
No,
the only thing
the
thing we're leaving out though, like Sarah talked about this earlier at the end of the episode. He's like, "Oh yeah, it is about me, and I don't need anyone else." But he didn't come to that conclusion alone. Stormfront planted that idea in his head. So that's the thing where Superman, Clark Kent, is a lot. Homelander is strategic at times, but he also has the mind of a child. So I think Stormfront, maybe even if powerful, she's not as powerful, she can maybe outwit him and outplay him. And she already is starting to do that since she's arrived. That may happen,
He's gonna snap and kill her.
He could, but at the end of the day, he could kill her. But if Stormfront sticks with him for 20 years, fucking with his brain, and he's like having weird play sessions with his mama, really? I don't know. Like Homelander.
End of this season, there's a confrontation. There's a superhero beatdown at the end of the season.
Oh well, that and they'll fuck too, 100%.
There's a scene where he comes in there, right, and he addresses her recently, like in this, like, and he comes in and he's like, "What the hell are you doing?" And she walks around him. She puts his arm, she like puts her hand on his shoulder.
She acts all cunty. It's all right. You can say it.
Starts to like pander or play to his weakness. So there is an idea that he can be manipulated. Like all of a sudden, she can pull out a little bowl of milk and he can be lapping it up for all we know. What I'm saying,
someone's like that she can like say, I'll be anything for you right now. It's like.
Yeah, and I think they are going to have a quick romantic relationship. I think they're going to play that, not in a way of actually falling for each other, just in the fact of I think they're both going to be using each other. Just that last little comment where she says, "I can be anything for you," and she said that right after she caressed his chest.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
I like that dynamic. Yes. I want to see where we go more with her, because my only worry with her, because I've not read the comics either, it was just Homelander all over again. First episode of season 1, we had Homelander's a nice guy, then there was the twist. This was the same thing where she was nice the whole time, and then there was a twist she was potentially bad. So I need to see kind of more of that. I don't want it just to be an exact repeat. I like the opposition she gives Homelander. It's a new kind of antagonist to go against. And
I think there's a different. I think there's a different variation. It's like they're the same character, but it's like a different variation of how they come across. It's like Homelander is very direct. I think she's a little manipulative, where the way she's talking as far as like social media. Especially when you meet her, she's like doing her IG live stream, and she's like, "Oh my God, look at this! This is."
I thought Homelander was going to laser
here's the thing: you have to pay attention to it. Again, like I said, they're taking this from the very first major hate site on the internet. That is Stormfront. It is a registered.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
really? No. See, this is what we were trying to get you to tell us about. Come on,
this was created.
I don't know
the racist corners of the internet. I didn't know this shit, man.
Yeah. I didn't know that. I would look at Panthers.com, bro.
Yeah, no. Stormfront created by the Sunday. It was created by the Alabama Klan boss and longtime racial supremacist Don Black in 1995. So it contains. They boast between 300,000 and 400,000 members as of 2015. So I mean, this is
really
So I mean, when they take this character from
it's fucking scary.
That's when Garth Ennis and the creators created this character. They did it on purpose.
So is that like why she just like laser fucking sparkly fingers and black people? Like, oh my god! There was some people like the dad she kicked through the fucking wall, and then the family she just wiped the kid.
No, actually, you haven't.
She went through the whole damn building.
No, you haven't even seen because you have 21 minutes left.
Yeah.
All right, you haven't even seen where we meet. What's her name? Republic.
Liberty.
But she's Republic, and then you talk about killing a black person.
But
she Emmett killed him, yo. That was an Emmett Till moment. That was an Emmett Till moment.
But she is taking. You're right. You're right. It's that moment, but this character goes back even further, and the idea that she's doing, she is taking things that are going on right now in our country. They're taking this idea of spreading misinformation, using the internet, using the different things to spread, and like she says, get soldiers. She is using the tools more effectively than Voight is.
She's taking advantage of like the whole social media.
I got one more question. I got a real important question about that. Is how is she part of the 7, right? Like she's also a new member.
Who nominated her ass?
No, but how is she out there trotting anti-Vought message and you don't see anything? Like you don't even see. They're like she's out there going, I hate Vought.
Well, I think that'll come up. It's only been 4 episodes. It's only been 4 episodes, so I think that'll be played into it, or there'll be a motive behind it.
We can't.
Just like there's no attempt.
Well,
Stillwell's not there anymore.
They cast John Carlos Esposito as the motherfucking boss, guys. Let's not undersell that. Like, you don't get this guy to just be a bit part. Like he's the way he stood up to Homelander in episode 2. Fuck. Yeah. Like he's gonna be a player.
It just hasn't got to the top yet. It just hasn't. It hasn't like got there to where he's. Yeah.
Okay. All right, that's fair. I'll give you that.
Well, I got.
Like I said, you're just scratching the surface with stuff front.
I got a couple thoughts of this, and I'm going back to what Taylor was saying. Whenever I first started watching season 1, I remember me and Nathan. When it was just me and him doing the show. We talked about that. That looks like a show that we might be into to cover. As soon as we saw it, we loved it. This is one of those things where the first 10 minutes of the first show, you don't really have an idea what's going on. Then you have the scene where A-Train runs through his girlfriend, and immediately Robin. Immediately the show changes. Like, oh my gosh, okay, this is not where I thought it was going to be, but I want to see what happens next. And it took off from there. I want to ask.
I want to make a point.
Okay.
When you're finished, I want to make a point.
Well, okay, no, good, because I was going to my next point. So. Good.
No, go ahead, Greg. I'm going to talk if you don't. Keep going, because then I got to shut up. I got to shut up, so you keep talking or I will.
I want to ask real quick, what is the time difference between season 1 and season 2? Because it seems like season 2 is almost a direct continuation of season 1, like it's a week later. Because I
think you're right.
The beginning is going through the same goal of exploring.
They're in hiding.
Yeah, they're in hiding.
They're in hiding. They can't be in hiding like in the porn shop basement, but...
But I mean, what is the time jump? Does it feel like maybe a week later?
I'd say probably like a week or two, because you take into account Butcher had to make his way back, right? So it probably took him like a week or so to travel.
Did y'all see like a little short from where Butcher was from the time that you saw him? There was like I saw like this little short on Twitter that was
maybe like 3, even a few weeks, because Butcher is like missing when they come, and it's like the boys. Which, by the way, I think I do want to bring this up, is that we've spoken for, 25, 30 minutes on about superheroes, but half of the other show is about non-superheroes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Right? It's like, that's like a big
point
deal.
about that.
The show is not Homelander, not Stormfront, but Huey, Butcher, and in season 2... In season 2, I think they've been focusing a ton on that, right? And the whole.
Well, I love how he was the canary. I love how MM said that, like, Mother's Milk. He said, "Or that's your fucking canary to let you know when you went too far." Like, that is perfect. That's exactly why Huey's a part of there, because Butcher he's nothing but just like with the general.
Stop
like,
being a cunt about
I made
it.
you a missile. I made you a fucking missile, and I pointed you at Homelander. Like that's absolutely right. And Huey is there to be like when he was inside when he was losing it, when he just wanted to sit inside of a fucking dead whale. Like, what are you doing?
That heart was
like he's out of there, and like that's perfect. When Frenchie
he called him Pinocchio.
Yeah.
Pinocchio. Yeah.
When they pull him out of there, like that's the perfect thing. Like that is absolutely that's all you got to say. That's your canary. He's gonna let you know when you went too far.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a really good point. I mean, I love the character Huey. Like that. Is he in anything else? I know that he's a.
There's a hand up.
No.
Greg,
I'm sorry.
There is a hand.
Greg, we got a question in the back. We got a question in the back.
Sarah she'd go next. Go ahead, Sarah.
Mike.
Go ahead, Sarah.
Am I good? Am I good?
Good.
Am I good?
Good.
Okay. The one thing I noticed about season? God, what the hell am I talking about? Episode 4. I'm like stuck on episode 4. All right. Everybody sees the issue with Butcher trying to get back to his wife Becca, because when he finds out she's still alive, regardless of what happened.
Sure.
That pretty much colored his. Which she did make a comment saying that before me, you were still on this path. I was like, if she said you're on a path and I can't follow, I was like, I'm done with it.
We're not
You're
watching
breaking
the show.
my
She said
heart,
that. I was
Butcher.
for real. I'm done.
Yeah, you're breaking my heart.
She did. Thank God.
And then if Butcher
But-
came in and says, "Saying
Did he kill
it's
younglings?
everywhere. It's annoying." You should have to like, "Oh my god!"
But in the same
Duke's blood, I
token,
hate
if
it.
you look at the way Huey and I'm gonna say Annie because I know she's Starlight, but he sees her as Annie. The way I see, especially in
I see your
episode
uterus,
4,
as Stormfront said. I laughed
Be quiet.
hard about that, honestly.
Be quiet.
I did.
Be quiet. Be quiet. But it's kind of like the same thing where Becca kind of colored the way like Butcher, like his way in life, because it was like he thought Homelander had killed her, so therefore he's like, okay, I'm gonna take this guy out.
Mm-hmm.
And now it's like Huey's kind of like in the same situation because he has this one lady because he's all about Annie, not Starlight, but Annie, and it's like, okay, well we can't be together, so now it's like the look on his face. I'm thinking, okay, well, he's always kind of been like on the side, like you said, like he's the canary. It's like he's not going to fall to the bad, but he's going to kind of stay to the good.
Your point is in actual writing. No, your point is in actual writing.
Yeah.
Right? They wrote this exactly into the script. All right, there's two things.
So it's
we saw the call where we heard the call from Huey to Starlight where he said, "You're my second breath."
Yeah, my second wind.
I was done. I was done. You saved me. This and that. Yeah, no, but he like really said this.
Yeah, I mean,
when the Butcher met him, when he met Becca underneath that whatever, which is
that
strange,
bridge.
like how they can all of a sudden just meet under this bridge. But okay, this bridge part that did bother me. But he said to her, he said, "You saved me."
Yeah,
you saved me. Like, so there is a parallel between those storylines. I don't know how much they really want to make that. If like Huey, like if it's really the canary and this and that. But obviously, the Butcher cares. Look, the Butcher cares about people. He cares about Huey, this and that. Even though he punches him in the face.
He kind of cares.
But you're right. These are parallel storylines.
Yeah, exactly, Travis. He's a pretty selfish fucker.
They're parallel writing devices. Let me say that.
I got a question for you guys. Let me ask you. Okay, granted, I've still got probably 20 minutes left of the fourth episode.
Have you got to the deep? Did you see the deep?
Wait.
Did you see the deep?
Yes, it's on the deep.
Okay.
Do you think Butcher's wife was raped, or did she willingly give it up? Is that revealed in this episode? If not, what do you think?
I remember
that video was
this
kind of ambiguous.
The tape?
Yeah.
The tape shows her willingly going into that room with him.
It don't look
but
like
when she
like
comes out, she's
forced.
all disheveled. She's all disheveled, and the look on her face is like, "What the fuck just happened?"
Dude, how many walks of shame have you taken?
A couple. I walked through a dorm room or two. Wait, what's the girl's called? What's the girl's called? Wait, what? Dorm room? What's the girl?
I've taken a couple walks of shame back in my day. I ain't gonna lie, and I'm like, that didn't look like you were just trying to pull all yourself together. That would look like I just threw my clothes on.
Just because you go in a room does not mean that you're trying to get it.
No, I'm asking all of you guys. What do you think?
I think
they do complicate it. It's complicated.
Because she in this episode later on, she does say that she was assaulted again. She says that she could be lying.
Okay, see, I didn't know that. That's why I was asking. I didn't know that.
She does say it, so I think they're going to double down on that. I think I'm of two minds of like if he didn't do it, I think it would make it a bit more interesting. But I think they're going to go that route, and it fits. He's already a piece of shit character, Homelander. Like I think Homelander is one of the best characters, but as far as a person, like he's done a lot of terrible things. So I think they're going to go that route. And I like because they doubled down on Butcher being very selfish. Last episode was all about getting his wife back, and now in this episode, when he gets her back, he's like,
"That's not selfish. That's like devout. That's not selfish."
No,
but the way he's going about it
at the expense of all his friends, it is selfish.
And innocent lies.
He don't give a fuck who you are. He's going to use you.
In the last 3 episodes, they showed this dichotomy of like the boys are supposed to stop the Supes from killing innocent people, right? But then what was the Butcher doing? He was taking out innocent people. Huey was like, "Oh, those cops are gonna die," and he's like, "I don't care." Butcher literally said he didn't care if these innocent cops died. So that's the thing of like
they were dead. He said they were dead, and they were. Did you look at that helicopter?
But even in this episode, what does he say? We could just sleep the kid who's 7 years old, who would just become this fucking.
He's a Supe. He's not a kid.
Well, in Butcher's defense. In Butcher's defense,
I think you're way harder on Butcher. I think he's way much more.
In Butcher's defense, he did have a point because his kid does have powers.
I understand why he's a prick.
He does, but every and this happened in season 1 too. Every decision Butcher usually makes is about his gain first, and then everyone else is after. Sometimes he realizes he goes, I am.
It's just anti-Supe.
Huey was a fucking tool.
He is anti-Supe.
Huey was a tool. Huey was a means to an end. He didn't give a fuck about Huey. He got stuck with Huey because he was a means to an end. And after it was done, he was about to bail on him, and then Huey's like, what the fuck? I can't go back to my job in the radio fucking store.
I like your point. Look, Travis, I'm not going to tell you wrong, because I don't know enough about it, so I'm not saying wrong, but I disagree. I like to think that the Butcher is got a
wrong opinions. I'm just kidding.
It's like a dog with a bone, and it is anti-Supe. It is anti-Supe. And the other thing that I did want to bring up real quick is that if you watch that follow-up, it's kind of like Talking with the Dead or whatever, but they did it after season 1. I just saw it. It doesn't, I just saw it after I watched the first 3 episodes of season 2. So they did this months ago, and we missed it. But what they ultimately, is that, so the guy that plays Homelander, the guy that Anthony
Starr.
Anthony Starr.
Anthony.
He described
Anthony is Daniels.
Tony Starr.
Described Homelander as a one-note character.
No, he's multifaceted.
Basically.
Stop it, Travis.
That was the guy playing him, man. The guy playing him said he was a one-dimensional character.
Then I think I'm glad the writers are responsible for him and not.
Okay, I agree.
Yeah. Go watch it. Just go watch it though. The writer up there.
I
can believe that, but that's the same thing as Mark Hamill saying he doesn't believe the things in Last Jedi. It's like that's the actor's opinion. I think Homelander is one of the most layered characters out there, and I think
too.
I think we're finally starting to see more layers though.
Yeah, and I think that's what's interesting. The last few episodes, especially episode 3, he gave this rah speech, and it didn't seem fake for once. So I was wondering if he was going to try to have a mini turn. And that's one thing I will agree with everybody with the Deep. I'm not a fan of. I was talking about that. Lisa from I Love That Movie put that out. It's the same thing of it's a delicate situation with any villain that you want to maybe give a redemption arc to. But when it's sexual assault, that's really difficult. And I think my main problem is you can try to do that. There's a way, but there's so much comedy in it. That is my problem. It doesn't feel like it's being taken seriously, everything he's done. That's and even this episode, it was more. So if he was in the show less, I'd maybe like it. But I think this storyline is the weakest of the show. It was my weakest point last season, and so far for these, for one, just for I'm not that interested in it. But two, I think if you're going to do this redemption arc, you got to be really careful with it. And I think this is the weakest part of the show by far, is the deep and everything they're doing with him.
Did you know there's a real thing in the world where people try to have sex with dolphins?
Tony, seriously.
No, look, they said it in the commentary. No, that show I watched, it was the writer of The Boys who brought this to light. Google it. Look, Google it. It's on.
What that has to do with
the writer.
The writer of the comic book did produce this. I'll back
the
him
writer
up.
of
the writer of the comic book did produce
fucked
this.
up than me. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Look, you can Google this. Look, it's
I'm knocking over fucking.
That's the thing about the deep. I don't care what form of fashion this cat takes. He can have any kind of game.
All I want is for you to beat
He can like save babies. I don't care about this guy. He can harpoon his ass, and I'd be like, okay, bye.
But it's true.
That's all I wanted to interject.
It's all. Go watch that. Watch the writer of the show talk about it.
Taylor, make him say uncle.
Uncomfortable, man.
Well, real quick, going back to what you were talking, you and Travis and Tony were talking about a minute ago about the drive for Homelander, like the purpose of him. Like, I get what you're saying, Tony, about like he's all about killing Soups, but it's not for the reason of he wants to kill Soups because it's the right thing to do because these guys are bad. It's because of what they did. Because of what they did to his wife. Like, because there's even a scene where
Butcher, you mean? Not Homelander.
I'm sorry, not Homelander.
Yeah, he thought Homelander had killed his wife.
Homelander just wants to fucking make America great and be the fucking the face of America.
Well, the reason I say that is because there's even the scene where they
God damn, did they really say that? Sorry, go ahead, sorry.
There's even the scene where they really they finally discovered the vault, and they got it out there in the public, and that's a big win for Huey. That's a big win if you're trying to stop Soups because you want to stop Soups. That's a good way. That's a good start right there. Good way to do it. Butcher didn't give a damn. He doesn't. He
was right.
He's not about stopping. Right, but he's not about stopping Soups because
he
it's the right thing to
that
do.
It wasn't going to do shit. And what happens immediately? This news comes out, and all of a sudden, this company, while they lost gajillions of dollars, or whatever I said earlier, is that ultimately that they lost all this money, but no, they didn't lose anything. All of a sudden, these cats are still running around, and the company's fine.
Right. Well, yeah, a day later.
But he knew it. He said that. Right. He said that. He said, "Look, is that we did it," and they're all jumping around and celebrating. And he's like, no.
They're raising the roof and shit.
Yeah, but like I said, a day later, of course, it's not going to make a difference. But if you can stop the Compound V from being produced and people being given that, then you've just taken the next step to stop it.
You can't, though.
Why can't you?
Not when it's out there on the black market.
But isn't that a start to it? Like, isn't that a start to exposing it?
It's not just the.
What
it's not
mean?
just.
What do you mean, Greg? Greg, what do you mean?
He hates the soup. He hates a soup. Like, that's the thing. Is a soup. He knows that their powers make them uncontrollable, and it's not Vought. He does not
make him uncontrollable.
Any soup. He's like this. Nah, he's like this. It's like if you're a soup, and you can read my mind. Do you remember when he broke Homie's hand? The guy that could put your hand on it and read your mind in the first season.
Mm-hmm.
Like this, and this is like he didn't give a mess. He was like this. Oh, you're trying to help us? Nope. Hate you. Soup.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. It's like I said. And what I was talking about.
Consistent.
Yeah. What I was talking about, Nathan, with that is like if your plan is to stop new soups from coming up, exposing the Compound V is going to stop it from being as prevalent or as produced. It's a start to get that going. You're not.
You don't think it would make it more prevalent? Because it's out there in the public now?
Well, there's only one company. I mean, the knowledge of it's out there. There's only one company that actually has it, though, and they've kept it a secret.
Well, you don't think people couldn't reverse engineer it?
Well, why wouldn't people be able to reverse engineer it? I mean, you would have to catch a soup
and
take their blood and reverse engineer that. I mean, I guess, yeah, in theory you could.
Is this my puff the biggest joint ever? He said that. Sorry.
Yeah, possibly. Well, yeah, man. I mean,
I'm watching him.
What did y'all think?
Whatever, go ahead.
What did y'all think about that scene where I can't remember who it was now, where they broke dude's hands, that Gwyneth touched and stuff? Who was it his sister that broke his hands?
Fucking Haley Joel Osment from the first season? Or her brother.
Her
weird
brother.
Throw shit, the Force people. I don't remember his name. I liked him. I honestly liked him, even though he was like hell bent on just being an asshole.
Mesmer. His name was Mesmer.
Yeah, okay. I thought he was gonna be cool, and I thought he was gonna help out, and then Stormfront come up and she wrecked him in 4 seconds, and I was like, holy shit. Yeah.
That's what it was.
You're talking about the new joint. I'm sorry.
Yeah, her brother, the terrorist guy, right? Is that who you're talking about?
Yeah.
And
does that make sense? I was a little weird. I didn't understand that. Is that his actual power was in his hands?
Mm-hmm. Which is weird because Stormfront can fly and do lightning fingers and shit. It's she just sparkle fingers. I don't know.
I don't know. Well, Taylor, Travis, Chris, y'all got any thoughts about it?
Chris, you talk. Chris has been just looking back, looking at his phone. He's like, I fucking hate these guys. They're just over there talking.
I love it that Nathan thinks like the actual. I have the
Chris. I just think you hate me, honestly. I talk too much, and I'm like this.
Chris, you have the ultimate knowledge. That's the reason why you have the comic book knowledge too. So it's it's almost like that thing where it's you see the media, the video version, and then you have the book / comic book version. It's how does that mesh?
Again, like I said, they're taking elements of everything. They're not doing a straight adaptation. I think one of the coolest scenes, and I hope they do flesh it out because it's really well done in the book, is Mother's Milk story about his background.
Yeah.
In the comic, he tells Huey this, but he goes deeper into that. So I hope that we're going to get a little more about that story that he does tell.
I love that dollhouse that he built for his daughter.
Oh, yeah.
Love that dollhouse. That's I love how
they showed it a couple of times.
How much did it his backstory when he did say a little bit about his dad being a lawyer?
Close. Close.
So they at least stuck to that part of it, which is pretty cool. I mean, I
but
didn't have a direct adaptation.
There's still a lot more, and there's a reason why he hasn't talked all about it yet because it plays into it. But again, you got more than we ever knew before.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's. Again, we're 4 episodes in. I'm going to be very interested to see if they keep the big revelation of Stormfront and where she really plays into this, because it was a huge reveal in the comics of where this character.
She has a penis.
No,
I have a question. I have a question for you, Chris. And this is about Frenchie. Mm-hmm. Right, and so I think it was in episode 4. I think it was his most recent episode. But so what they have been trying to do recently is introduce beyond Huey and the Butcher about why they hate the Soups, right? Mm-hmm. And that's what you just brought up. They brought up why Mother's Milk is continuing the fight of his father, and we're trying to learn what that story is. But I may be wrong, but I do not know what Frenchie's fight was, but they did say this. They just alluded to it had to do with lamplight.
Yeah.
That's what I heard, and that was it.
The guy that died.
Any more information? Did I miss something? Can you tell me anything about that?
I don't want to tell you anything because also they've cast lamplight for next season.
Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll get that backstory.
I haven't missed something then.
No, you haven't missed anything.
Well, Lamplight's who Starlight replaced. That's when Starlight came into the league to the 7 in the first season. She was replacing the
Lamplighter.
Yeah, Lamplighter. Yeah. Man, I feel like Taylor and Travis have been awfully quiet, and Travis is not known for being.
All right, Taylor, what you have to say? You came on.
I feel like he needs to talk.
It's hard
Travis
to get
is
in.
always running.
It's hard to get a word in.
He's been so quiet, and Greg just over there being mute and shit.
And Sean Ashmore is playing Lamplighter next season.
Yeah.
Iceman himself is.
Oh hell yes!
Who was the other fella that they the guy from Supernatural? Who was he cast?
Jason Ackles.
Soldier Boy.
Yes, Soldier Boy. Yep.
Basically, so is he gonna be in episode? Is he gonna episode? God, what?
And
remember
that
season 3?
They're trying to get Jeffrey Dean Morgan. They're
For
trying.
what role? Saying that, I don't know.
I don't care.
Because they've even said that's going to be a big factor with how Walking Dead finishes up COVID and everything else. So they're not totally sure if it will work out.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm just curious because this is the second year they've talked about him, but they've never said the role, and it's just kind of funny that with Walking Dead, lots of people want him for Negan, and that happened, and then lots of people want him for this, so he's lucky that way. He's going to miss out on, like Flashpoint, it seems like, but he has some good gigs elsewhere too still going on. So
this is the season where we're gonna find, like, again, it's showing that we're going to see a lot more of where the beginnings of Voight and where this all connects. Okay. Like how
many episodes you think they'll have this season for season 2? You think
they'll
have the same number of episodes?
Eight.
We need more than that.
I think if you get too many episodes, you start to get filler, and it gets boring.
I'll check.
Yeah, but 8 is too short, man. I know you guys like this. Y'all Mandalorian people, right?
Our episodes are a little bit different.
Yeah, this episode 4 was 69 minutes. So it's almost an hour 10 minutes.
Oh yeah, it was 69. That's what she said.
There was a lot of talking in episode 4, by the way. Lots of people got it on.
Nathan.
Yeah, so much getting it on. 69, all that stuff, all that jazz.
I like 10 episodes. I feel like 10 is a.
You ain't talking like
it's
37 minutes.
It's an 8-episode season. The last, it's an 8-episode season. The last episodes will be in October.
Okay.
There you go. Yeah.
Well, I was just curious because I can't remember what season 1 was because I just went pop 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 pop. So it's like, God, today felt like it took forever to.
So if that's the case, then we're already halfway through. Oh, I did want to ask you guys, what do you think about the release way?
I like it.
I'm cool with it. I don't give a fuck. I'm cool.
I like it.
I'm not stingy.
Well, I like it better because if you do it all in the first weekend, then it comes out. And I think the people who release this, or they've said the reason why they did this, you do it all in one weekend, you get a great response that weekend. Everybody's talking about it for a week. And then for the next year, it dies off. If you do it like this, at least you get people talking about the boys, anticipating the boys for the next couple months.
I think
this is the Hulu model. Mm-hmm. It's the Hulu model, and it's good.
Mm-hmm.
I think business-wise, it makes sense. Personally, I still like it dropped all because I like to just binge it all, and then I'm done. I watch it, but it makes complete sense. I do think this is going to be. It could be the next kind of Game of Thrones because I'm always waiting to see what's going to be that next show that hits and everyone's watching, and I do think this
whoever's nipples are out, and we know that's gonna be you guys tomorrow. Nips out, touching up. What's up? You guys do the next thing.
Talk about 69. Wait till
Taylor.
There's lots of
to your role now. Come on.
There's lots of shows that are really popular, but I feel like The Boys has that combination of it's popular, it has something mainstream like superheroes, and it has a bunch of characters that are in the gray, like Game of Thrones. There's not people that are fully good and fully bad. There are a bunch of people kind of in the middle. And that's what Game of Thrones was like. Other than a few characters, every character had done something really good and then done something really regrettable. And I think that's what The Boys has going on. It has that
ideology of what did Rob Stark do to get the right?
He was born.
Yeah.
What did Rob Stark get the Red Wedding? Okay, he didn't do shit. So
he committed adultery.
Oh, you're right. He broke the Frey wedding vows.
He did, and
you're right.
Should they have murdered him in that unborn child?
That's
a little harsh.
What he was talking about
right, the fucking baby.
It was harsh, but it was a business agreement. It was a deal. It was a contract that you got to marry my daughter, and he did break that, right? So it's if he wouldn't have broke that, that woman would be alive.
Squirrel, Greg.
He'd be alive.
Great Game of Thrones squirrel, Greg.
But anyways, I think that's why Game of Thrones was so big. Yeah, you had big fights and fantasy, but I think it was because all these characters cookie cutter, and that's where The Boys are. I think they're not cookie cutter.
Jon Snow gets to get knifed.
I think because he's an idiot. Jon Snow knows nothing.
Sorry, you're right. He knows nothing.
From The Boys, it's like you have the good, you have the bad. You have really good, you have really bad, and it's like that whole dichotomy between the two. And
then you have lots in the middle.
It's reality. It's reality.
I think Butcher's in the middle.
God, it's reality. If you think about it, if you have somebody that has these superpowers, how do you think they're really going to be? I know there's been the discussion about Cavill Superman, which Love him. So we're not gonna go there.
Oh, you guys talk about Cavill Superman? No.
But no, I'm just
network.
I'm just throwing that out there because there's that dichotomy, and then you have like The Boys. It's like the other side of reality. It's like real, like in your face reality. So if you had like say Superman's abilities, would you really be a good person, or would you be a total DB?
I'd be a Homelander. All you motherfuckers.
You'd be a straight up DB.
I'd be a Homelander. I swear to God.
Well, I think that's the entire point of the show. The entire point of the show is that you couldn't be. Like, is that like even if you were, like the idea of all powerful, like either you can't be a god that's
being real. I'm being real. Everybody around me. Everybody would been my boat. I get mad and I just laser the fuck out of you. I just laser.
It's the giant point of the thing is that if you have these powers, and that's why
I'm a terrible
the Butcher
person.
hates them, and he wants to fucking kill the Soups. I'm all about the Butcher, and that's it. It's like
Butcher would kill me. I'm a terrible person. I know this. It's all right. I know my role.
I mean, would it straight up be reality? I mean, reality would be if you had these powers, if you had these abilities, would you not have some kind of godlike complex to where you were thinking I could do whatever I want to and be damned to everybody else? I don't care.
That's what they said in the first episode of season 1 with Translucent. Remember when Translucent was like in the bathroom? That's like the whole point. It's like, oh, I can't help it. I'm just translucent.
Would you be loitering invisibly in the girl's bathroom? Like, first of all, yuck. Who wants to watch somebody pee?
I would be in the boys' bathroom.
Motherfucking gross. Okay. But like, why in the girl's bathroom? Like, what do you like? Ew, gross. Like, you know what goes on in there? You deposit waste. Gross. Why are you watching that?
I have no idea what happens there.
Yeah, what happens?
Well, Sarah, you have no fucking clue what goes on.
But then I think you do have people like Starlight who they show that they can have these powers and not have that. I think
and
you
be
have
a genuine good person.
Yeah.
Does she fit your model, Travis?
Yes.
Does she fit your model of what you? Because you were trying to say that every character in whatever what you were saying.
Even Thrones I was talking about, like.
Yeah. Does she fit your model?
Because she's the thing. She's on the good side right now, but we don't know what's going to happen to her in the future. There's even times where she even said to Homelander, like, I want to blow the guy's face off, and then he listened to her heart.
But she's not a murderer.
She's not lying, but she's not a murderer, right? So she has like the same thing.
Doesn't want to blow some dude's face off.
But same thing. That's why, like,
you love me. You better not blow my face off.
I love you too, but that don't mean I want to.
Yeah, I didn't buy that.
I didn't want to, but
whoa.
The thing is, she is a good character and she's wanting to do good, but she's not a goody two shoe. And I think that's the best thing. She can be relatable, and that's what you have to do when you have a character.
Human.
Yeah, and that's the same thing with Homeland.
Whether you have abilities or not, you're still human. You still have those, impulses where you could, like my husband, love him to death. I can stab an eye some days.
We all agree that Homelander's the fucking villain that we didn't know we needed, but we love him. Can we all agree on that? Because Homelander's one of the best characters I've ever fucking met in my life.
Okay. Now, what have I said about Homelander? He's never been my favorite.
I just fucking love him. I don't know why. He's perfect. And I don't know if it's because of Anthony Starr or the way the show is written, because I have not either read the books. I've never read the books. But the show, like, I fucking love this character. I love him. And I don't know what that says about me as a person, but I fucking love this guy. Because I love to hate him. I just love to just... Like, I'm almost cowering with him. Like when he fucking intimidates somebody and the person gets all scared, I'm almost in the corner with him being like, oh my God.
I'm pretty sure that's how you
what's he gonna do?
Morning milk out of a saucer.
Well, I'm not doing that because that shit like creeps me out. But you know what I mean?
I will say this. Entire season 1, I was like, okay, if somebody kills this dude, I'm not gonna lose any sleep at all because I'm like, okay, whatever. But I'm telling you, episode 4.
Mm-hmm.
That made me kind of turn my.
Well, they tried to show the
He's still crazy. He's still crazy.
Well, they tried to show the in season 1. They tried to show the all season where the only thing he had was in the cell was a blanket, which I'm not condoning that. Like, that's got to be like. But that doesn't mean grow up and be a murderer. Like, I love the Starlight.
I'm not saying that.
I love the Starlight. I told him, she's like, I'm not a fucking murderer, and he was like. And she's like, "No, tell me, am I telling the truth?" And you know, I mean, like, I'm not just gonna murder somebody. And I love that because she's still her. Like, she's still doing her thing, but she's still walking that line with him too.
Yeah, I mean,
he's awful. He's freaking awful.
So bad.
He blew up.
But I will say it's like the episode 4 just kind of gave me a different perspective, or it's almost like you're going down this path, and it kind of gave me a little turn here, but I feel like it's still going to go back to where it was before.
It had to have been the scene where he was with that transfiguration person, obviously.
Doppelganger.
Is where you learn that about him. No, he's terrible.
I agree. Because it's like, okay, well, if he was really that crazy or sociopath, narcissistic guy that we thought about, maybe he would have let him, do whatever. But then he was like...
That was the most weird thing.
I don't know. I mean, think about it. I'm like, I don't want somebody... No, ooh, gross.
It was so weird.
But the fact of the matter, because when I first saw Madeline Stillwell, I'm just like, oh, is he imagining this? And then he's like, oh, and I'm like, okay, dude just got a boner and like hit him, and he like changed. That's what happened. That's what happened.
And do we like Mabe or not? And this whole thing, I think this is that, and maybe Chris could tell me this. Chris has read the comics. Maybe he can tell this. I don't know anything about this, but I feel like it's going to be certain superheroes turning against Homelander and Stormfront. Obviously, we already have written that in, but like you can't defeat him one-on-one. That's what it has to be, right? Like they gotta.
I can't.
Come on, yes, you can. No, I'm not gonna read the comic book.
I don't know how they're taking Stormfront's character. I don't know what they're taking from it, and I don't know what they're changing with it. So I'm very cautious. I've already said enough that
she's the Dexter. She's the Dexter of superheroes.
But look at again. You have to look at what she's doing at this point. She is taking what's going on right now in this country and doing misinformation and trying to change things around to capitalize.
Well, what about the other part where she blasted all those cats in that apartment building for fun? That was for fun. That was all
she blasted all those cats.
Get people on her way.
She is a racist. She is outright
a racist sociopath.
Yes, because again, that's one of the biggest things of the character in the comic is like it is a racist. Anyone non-Aryan is gone.
Well, she ain't got motherfucking blonde hair and blue eyes in the show.
That's the character. So.
Chris, let me ask you this: how is Maeve's character in the comics? Is she more? I mean,
she's my favorite. She's a great one.
Is the series kind of like true to her, or is she a little bit different?
They're doing enough to stay true to the character.
Okay, because she seems like she's kind of like a steady ballast throughout the whole thing. I mean, she can kind of.
She's been kind of. They did a lot more with her in this episode, but the first three episodes, she hasn't had much in this season outside of this episode.
But she just seems like the one where Homelander does whatever, and she's looking at him like, oh, God, you asshole. I mean, seriously, dude, come on now. Well, she's like, I know you're a.
She's seen him kill somebody before.
Yeah, I mean,
she's seen him kill another superhuman. Just like did we mention Homeboy that was blind? The blind,
guy, yeah.
Oh, and that girl is still the girl. His handler is still crying over that.
Yeah,
she was shook, bro. She was straight shook.
What if I do something like this?
Hey.
He said, "You're awesome, but what happens if a homie does this?" And they let it roll, bro.
Oh yeah.
They let it roll. Like, we watched this guy mangled and bloody on the ground uncomfortably. And knowing he was blind and he could never hear again.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy.
We got 4 more episodes left. We'll see how this goes.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, I think there's gonna be lots of stuff still withhold from the season 2, not in a bad way, but I think you'll have some like big cliffhangers like you did at the end of season 2. I think it doesn't matter Homelander what side he's on, he's gonna be around for a while, even if he gets back to being, which he's still to me the main villain. But if he's gonna be the main villain that everyone's after, it'll be a while before he gets taken out. It's not. I don't think he goes anywhere at least to like a season 4 or something. So
it's like with Homelander, it's almost like he's like straight villain, but yet he tries to do that anti-hero.
He thinks he's a hero.
Yeah, it's like the anti-hero villain type thing. Tyler, what do you think? You're sitting over there like, you came on here just to talk about the boys. I want to hear what you got to say, buddy.
I feel like, and it'll happen. I mean, not anytime soon, but I feel like where we're at now, they're putting a clear line down the center of these heroes being divided, and you definitely feel like Homelander's kind of on his own, but at the same time, you have these bridges that are burning with A-Train. You have, especially even more with the Deep. He's trying to work his way back to the 7, but you just have Homelander just trash talking him when he's talking about, I was trying to save Lucy. I think that's the whale's name. Like, I couldn't save her, and Homelander's like, oh, just shut up. And they're doing this line down the center, and I think that you're gonna have that kind of team up. I think Travis, he shouted this out in our boys review, like Civil War kind of setup where just the two factions going at it, and it'll be interesting.
Promotion, boys.
It'll be interesting to see. Interesting to see how it kind of goes and how it unfolds, because I do think that, in my opinion, I feel like Stormfront is more powerful than Homelander, and I don't know how that's going to play out.
Wow.
I say that only because. I only say that because of the way she's so confident and the way she's just trash talking. Maybe it's because
their death.
Well, the only time you could see that she felt a little bit insecure was when Homelander popped his eyes, right?
But
and you see
that
look.
I don't know if that was really her being scared or just playing him, because
he will laser her in fucking half. But he fucking lasered his pseudo weird mother breastfeeding fucking mom in the face, and just her baby he didn't give a shit about. Like, he lasered her in the face and he suckled from her tits, literally.
Well, to your point, Taylor, about the divide though, down the line, is one of Homelander's favorite homies is Black Noir. Like, he never bad talks my man. And then you saw him in this episode 1 of season 2, where he goes and gets that terrorist soup, and he has kind of the same, I guess, the qualities of Kumiko. What's her name? Like, where I mean, like
Kumiko.
Yeah,
like Kumiko. Kumiko.
He like healed back up, or I would think he healed back, and then he carries the head in. And then he does that awesome moment where he plays with the doll with the little kid.
He's like the little.
That's my favorite part of the whole. Yeah, he's like, "Hey, I'm trying to be nice. I just into this." But Homelander don't ever talk junk about him. Do you remember in the beginning where he was like, "All y'all mugs are being slack, except for you. I mean, you great. You always great."
Yeah.
I think they're setting it up between now. Like, Black Noir is gonna. I mean, obviously,
what's his storyline?
He set his sights on Butcher. I mean, it's
that I'm not ruining for you all. You're just gonna wait.
Okay.
Well,
Chris,
real quick, I want to get to that point, Taylor.
Read. I want to get that. Learn and watch.
I want to get to that point.
It gets canceled, bro.
Not getting canceled.
It's not getting canceled.
This is not getting canceled, my friend.
It's like one of Amazon's biggest show. They'll be fine.
They're already got a season 3 in there.
Yeah, there's a great Kickstarter going on right now from Dynamite, all about the boys. Check it out.
Yeah. Well, real quick, I want to get to the point that Taylor was talking about, where he was saying he thinks Stormfront may be stronger than Homelander. Nathan, you can't call him out for that when you just tried to make the argument that Storm could give Superman a run for his money. Stormfront is way closer to Homefront.
Superman's still going to squish her, but she can give her up for his money.
Way closer to Homelander.
What are their weaknesses? What are their weaknesses? I mean, like, come on, I'm not a comic book.
Laser eyes.
Honestly, I think the weakness is their egos. I mean, literally, because
I feel like there's a. Oh, go ahead, Chris.
What if he just sneaks up behind her and checks her oil?
You're right, and you're with the statement of who's stronger, who's not, who's that. You're right, and you're wrong. And I'll leave it at that.
Okay. What about a molten lava breast milk bomb?
I
don't think those exist, Tony. I don't think those are real.
Look, I want to point out
that's in your
wait, you don't drink your milk like this, like
that. Finger. You don't put your finger. You gotta dip your fingers in it.
Too much.
No, in Canada, all our milk's frozen, so we just have to
I believe it.
Lick it like popsicles.
Yeah. Well, I wanted to point out too that we were talking about earlier about how the problem with the idea of this is being these guys are gods and what they would be doing if they were really had these powers and they were on Earth. That is, I feel like Homelander is kind of a pseudo Lex Luthor in the fact of this is what Lex Luthor would be if he had Superman's powers, which gives it that kind of grounded level. And the book was actually written and denied by DC because it's kind of making fun of these characters because this is more like what it would be really like. But you're right. It's the question of being all good and all powerful is impossible. And that's, I mean, that's a big thing with Lex Luthor. That's kind of his mindset. It's impossible to be all good and all powerful. And I, like I said, when I look at Homelander, I see him as a Lex Luthor with Superman's powers. And I look at Black Noir's Batman. I mean, you see all this stuff. It's just like the comics, but it's making kind of fun of the comics.
Obvious Wonder Woman. Obvious.
You doing all right there, Nathan?
That's what I was actually thinking myself.
No, I'm listening. I'm just trying to listen to him talk.
Dude, I know. He's feeling great right now.
Hey, Chris.
I'm just listening to him talk. I was just taking
originally like a
he's
DC
like the Frenchie of y'all's podcast.
Product, or because remember
it
you
was
guys
under
talking about
it's under the first 6 issues were under the Wildstorm imprint, and Wildstorm, which was owned by DC at the time, and they quickly passed on it, and that's when Dynamite picked it up at that point. So the majority of the series is a Dynamite, pun intended, but the company is called Dynamite. Mm-hmm. It is mainly a Dynamite owned.
It was made to make a bang.
Right.
Because interestingly enough, you can like draw parallels.
Totally.
For each character. I mean, like I said, obviously Homelander, Superman, Black Noir, possibly Batman, obviously Maeve, Wonder Woman, that kind of thing. The Deep. Aquaman.
They're all Lamplighter's Green Lantern.
And the thing is,
Lamplighter's Green Lantern. That's exactly what that was supposed to be.
And the closest again, even I don't see DC and Wildstorm continuing on with it. I think it just wasn't, and it's
still if I sit here and be quiet, I get accused of being drunk.
Part of their brand at that point. The closest you get is Injustice, but even then, that is not boys level kind of stuff. So you would never see this. This will never be a part of a DC. They made the right call because it just wasn't going to do what they needed it to do.
Right.
Isn't the comics in it like a lot more like graphic?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
The Starlight. The Starlight scene is terrible.
It's pretty graphic for me.
The Starlight scene is terrible.
So it's
more graphic,
dude. It's graphic enough for me because sometimes I'm just like, really.
Starlight didn't just have
more graphic. Is it because they're actually graphic novels?
No,
no, it's like just.
Let's just say that Starlight in the Deep scene in episode 1, it wasn't in the comics. It wasn't just the Deep. Let's put it that way. Yeah, so look that shit up. It was way worse in the comics, and it was terrible on screen. It was fucking terrible on screen, but it was way worse in the comics. If that tells you anything.
Travis is calling you out in the chat room.
Where's he at? I'm gonna look.
What's he saying? Fuck him. What's he saying? Travis, I love you. Wait, I love you, Travis. No, wait.
Barb in his face.
Barb in his face. What'd he say? I can't see it.
No. He was just talking about how you did look pretty buzzed when he first tuned in.
I don't give a shit. You know what? Even if I was, it's my third win, motherfucker. You just sit on your couch and watch us. I love you, Travis. I'm just kidding. You can jump on. You can jump on.
Here you go, my dear. Here you go.
I tell you, if I'm gonna party with anybody, it's gonna be Nathan. I promise you that. Like,
thanks, Tony. I appreciate that.
I kick it.
Thanks.
I fucking kick it. You know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah, you would probably have to call the cab for us.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Well,
I told you, I'm not lying when I say I'm a walking stereotype. Like, I live in the country. I fucking, like, I got a 4-wheel drive truck. I wear cut-off shirts, and I drink like a fucking...
Let me tell you something, my friend. You might be in Illinois, but it ain't got nothing on East North Carolina. Okay,
hey,
thank you very much.
We can be friends there. You know what? Internet high five.
I'll give you that.
I swear I remember that.
Well, y'all check it out. We're about 2.5 hours into this. Is there any key points to these episodes we want to talk about? Anything we wanted to bring up?
I want to talk about the
let's go back to the beginning, Greg.
Want to do the audio quiz again?
I want to talk about Travis and Taylor. I want to talk about T on T action tomorrow. That's what I want to talk about. I need to know more about. Are we gonna live stream?
I remember
this?
Travis
yes,
and Taylor.
I am sidetracking again. Travis, are we live streaming this tomorrow? Like how are we consuming?
You are live streaming.
It's gonna be on YouTube. There'll be links all over.
Oh yeah. I need to see. Is there
Stone
oil
Cold
involved?
His Rock. That's what I want to know.
When it goes live, I'll link you right away.
I want to know
won't miss it.
Who's bringing the oil? Is that a third party?
I thought you already mailed it out to us. We're hoping you were.
Yeah, who's bringing the tarps? Who's bringing the tarps? That's a more important question. Is who's bringing the tarps? Because that shit's gonna get messy. Like we need, if we're getting that shit, like what's gonna? It's like seriously, like guys, what are you doing? Like I'm gonna watch just because I'm so curious. But like I want to see Taylor come out and root for you. I want to see like body slams. And I want to see. I just want to see you fucking pretzel him or something.
I already gave you some sneak peeks. I can't spoil the whole thing the night before.
Right. Yeah. Build the anticipation.
Oh my God, fellas,
by the time somebody listens to this, it's already gonna happen. They're gonna be like, "I need to see this fucking video. Like, what happened?"
Ben Affleck's the referee. You know.
Yeah. Right. Talk it up. Just talk it up.
Yeah.
Taylor, don't let me down.
Please, I'm gonna deliver.
I'm
There's
back.
a 5-minute sex scene in the middle with me and Michael Fassbender.
All right,
Travis, don't let me down. Don't let me down.
Can I bring one more thing up about the boys before we leave?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I got all my points out, so I'm good.
Yeah, I'm good. I just like
and
the show.
This is a reference to season 1. Is that the music?
Oh yeah.
The music, like, all right, so you can go, like, look at the entire list of songs that they use for each episode, and I found it on Screen Rant. It's screenrant.com, but basically the playlist, and I've been working on it while I was watching you guys earlier. I was making an Amazon playlist for myself. I don't know if I can share them or not. But it goes from Iggy Pop, The Passenger, to I could give you song after song. The Runaways, Cherry Bomb, the homie whoever is picking the playlist, Jane's Addiction. It is so good, and it matches the temperature of the show every time. If you really just want a good time, go back and watch the first season. And I don't know if it's like this on season 2, but just watch the first 30 seconds of an episode and the last 30 seconds of an episode, because they put an intro song and an exit song, and every one of them is amazing. Particularly if you're 38 and you like Jane's Addiction and stuff like that.
I'll agree with you. The soundtrack is amazing, Tony. I still think Umbrella Academy has a better music choice. Like I had more fun with Umbrella Academy music. But
I'm watching it.
I
need to
Tony,
watch
have you seen Umbrella Academy?
So strangely or interestingly, I should say, is that I've tried to watch it, but my wife was interested, and I was like, "Are you really gonna watch this?" She's like, "Yeah, I kind of like it," and we started watching it. So we were 2 episodes in together. I was like, and then I was
like, intro chapter.
Yeah. Once she saw the monkey, I was like, "Oh my God, this is a make or break moment."
Get to about episode 4
It's
or 5.
it could be cool. She was already looking at this.
Dude, power through. It's worth it. It's worth it. Power through.
Luther, who looks like he's like a pump full of helium, Like she's already looking at him, and then the monkey dude comes in. I'm like, all right, this is the moment. It's a moment if she'll watch another episode, but she's been interested, so I will pay attention to the soundtrack on that as we go forward.
Yeah, it's got. I mean, they're mostly covers, but it's just really really great music, perfect for the scene. So, but I agree with you on
Iggy Pop in this mode, like, and who is doing? Is it's not John Fry? Who's the producer of this? So like, it's not. Mandalorian is
You're
Favreau,
schooling me right
right?
now.
Yeah, Mandalorian's Favreau. Yeah.
Oh, goddamn cool.
Like these guys are killing it, man.
Yeah,
look,
like
Tom Lee, here, look, Bill Withers, Ain't No Sunshine.
Bill motherfucking Withers, the Bill motherfucking.
I don't care. The best soundtrack is Guardians.
Guardians Volume 1 did have a great soundtrack.
I'm gonna send you this on Twitter right now.
All right.
Every one of these.
It better be the Bill motherfucking Withers.
That's exactly what it is. It's the Bill one.
Oh, all right. Well, like you had a great point, man. The soundtrack is great.
Right.
You guys got any points?
Is that where we went? Was that what all? Did we just go in 17 circles to get this fucking soundtrack? Because I love it.
Yeah.
That's totally my style.
That
That's how I do
right?
things.
Yeah, that was the point.
What's the point, man?
Yeah.
I mean, what's the point?
Well,
Why do we get together?
That was the point. Yeah.
You can just cut me
Is
out
there
of this whole
really a
podcast,
point?
Greg. You
Right.
can just delete all my audio.
We're all on our way out. Let's just act accordingly.
There you go.
Good job.
Well, all right. Well, is there anything else anybody wants to point out?
Yeah, homeboys, North Carolina flags in the background. I need to know what that's about. Like, there's a lot of North Carolina
Tony,
flags. Yeah.
Tony, Chris,
Are you a
and
UNC
Greg.
Chapel Hill too, homie?
Yeah, I'm a grad.
They said they're going to Raleigh. I was like, where in Raleigh y'all going? What are you talking
There's
about?
a bunch of them back there.
Yeah.
See the
Dude,
Chapel Hill.
Tony, whenever we meet up to do a game, whenever they let us back into a game, we got to meet up with Chris and have a pregame with him, or at least
You ain't
go
going
to the game.
nowhere.
Yeah, well, not for a while. I'll tell you that.
Are you gonna drink wine before we go into the?
hello.
I don't know if I'll be drinking then or not, but we'll see.
No, that's what we always joke on the Carolina tailgaters. For.
Greg will be drinking.
Oh, I'm not saying again. There's nothing that beats tailgates of SEC. ACC doesn't really do the best tailgates. We all know SEC does better tailgates
At this
that
point.
Yeah.
Have you ever been to Greenville, North Carolina, sir? It
No,
is
I have
an
not.
hour and a half. Look, if you went to UNC Chapel Hill, we are about 70 minutes down the road east of you, and we are cheap and wonderful.
Oh, I've seen the tailgates at ECU. They're good. I'm not saying I do not compare Chapel Hill tailgates. That's completely uncomparable. It's apples to oranges.
I'll drink wine. We drink natural light.
No, you don't. Y'all drink Bud
Greg,
Light.
you
Don't
just smoke
lie.
a joint and you be okay, all right?
Don't lie.
Eating
Honey,
that
Doug,
or
don't you
something.
talk about Greenville and not
D.
include me.
Sarah.
Railed.
Come on to it, man.
What are you talking about? I thought we were off the air already. What happened? Oh.
No, we probably should
That
get off
girl,
there.
she's a veteran. She's a veteran.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Oh,
I've
yeah.
lived in
Hey,
Winterville
Sarah ain't no
for the
fucking
past,
punk. She knows what's up.
Winterville?
15 years.
Oh my goodness. We probably neighbors.
Dude, I was. I mean, I went to Pitt back in the
Hey, Taylor.
Yeah.
Here's the,
Oh my
here's the
gosh.
important
I gotta
question.
learn all about this.
You don't call fucking
that's
ham
not
bacon,
funny.
do you? Just because you're in Canada? Because we're vehemently against that, Greg and I. Like that Canadian bacon shit, that's ham. Come on.
We
Let's call
got.
bacon.
I can go to the deli and I can get like a big chunk of ham or ham slices or whatever, and then I can go to like the refrigerator section and get strips of bacon. That's like my
Right.
bacon.
Okay.
Yes,
No one
all right,
calls
thank
it-
you.
The only people that call Canadian bacon are like fast food places, like pizza places.
Okay.
No one calls that. No one.
That shit's
Everyone
Yeah,
calls
what
it
do
ham.
Canadians? What do you
Or
call
Amer-
bacon?
or
I mean,
American.
what is bacon?
They call bacon
The ham
bacon.
or
That's
the,
what
like,
we just
smoked
proved.
ham.
We just proved they call bacon.
Yeah, we call bacon, and ham.
Canadian
You got like two different.
Canadian
one's
bacon.
good,
I'm pretty sure Canadian
It's
bacon's like
fucking
a
ham.
marketing pitch. It
Yes.
sounds like something
For
Wendy's
Americans.
would say.
For us
Yeah.
dumb fucking Americans who buy everything.
Yep.
It's good. I don't. Either one's good. I don't care.
Stop it, Sarah. No.
Clearly,
I
they
am
say it
not
in
lying.
French.
I'm not
Clearly,
lying.
they say it in
I'm not smoked. I don't care. It's still good. Pig is pig.
Guys,
I don't care.
Guys, we've been rambling on for I jumped on for 2 hours, and you guys rambled on for an hour before me.
Yeah.
I was watching y'all ramble, which is the worst.
Yeah. You saw the awesome audio game that I got to work on.
Right.
All right. Well, all right. Well, that is a good point, man. I do gotta get up and go to work early in the morning.
Yeah.
And I think we've exhausted the boys in here. So
good job.
Let's exhaust the boys.
Watch The Boys.
I gotta
Season 1, Season 2.
Yeah. What are you doing to the boys, Greg?
Yeah.
Because first of all,
yeah. All right. Well, let's go ahead and start to sign out then. Taylor, where can they find you, buddy?
Yeah, you guys can find me on Twitter, I suppose, Taylor the Field, and
Fucking
just check in on me because I'm gonna have some bruises after tomorrow. It's gonna be tough, but
your nipples are pinning his nipple. God damn it! I call him this shit.
My money's on you, homie. My money is on you.
Scrappy fella.
Scrappy all the way.
Well, that's it. You really think that? I'm sorry, we got derailed there. Where can they find you?
You can find me at Geekverse. I'm at Geekverse as well, alongside Travis over there. Yeah.
Travis, where can they find you at, bud?
Travis B. Snail, you can just go there and find whatever I'm on. Marvel Alliance, Geekverse, something popping off, and then hopefully see me victorious this Saturday at this match. And thank you for having me on. It was fun as always. And have a good weekend, everybody.
Sarah, where can they find you at?
You can find me on Twitter at My Lady Kitten. I pretty much pop up every now and again. And I'm so excited to be one of the co-hosts on the ScSPodcast. So you can find me normally here on Friday nights. But other than that, that's pretty much it. But hit me up in the DMs anytime that you feel.
Well, hey,
sounds dirty.
You don't slide up into my Sarah DMs, motherfuckers. You better watch out.
Nathan got me covered.
Just ask us to slide up in our DMs. That was a good point.
But you can also find me for Tony and Greg, the C3 Panthers podcast, because I love my Carolina Panthers. You can find me up in that chat room every now and again.
You're the queen of the chat.
Yes, right. Mr. Tony never shows me any love.
Oh, he's in. Oh, damn! You be snuffing her. You be snuffing her. What a day!
Yeah, friend.
Gotta be careful how much I love certain people.
I love you guys, and I love my cats. Anybody wants to talk about my cats? So. And Sunday, I'm so excited. Yes, finally found out.
Hey,
Yay, football. That's right. Well, Tony, that leads us. That's a perfect segue into you. Where can they find you, buddy? The professor.
Perfectly. All right, you can find me sitting right here in this home office now. It's just like hanging out with my buddies, man. And on Tuesday nights, most of y'all probably won't care because it's football. It's unrelated to the boys. But us and the boys hang out on Tuesday nights and we talk Carolina Panthers football, and that's all we do is like on Tuesday night for the last 8 years.
Talk about how bad they suck.
Getting together, doing this thing like y'all do, and that's it. It's just like a friendship thing, and we just hang out and have this community, and we talk about the shit that's important to us. And it's wild because the pandemic hit. And everybody's like, oh my God, like you haven't seen your friends. Like, no, I see my same exact friends every Tuesday night. We've been doing this. We've been streaming it live on YouTube. We've been syndicating it on every podcast thing. And so kudos to you guys for continuing to build this. Because look, is what you're building right here as a community. That's what you're doing. You're not building a show that talks about the boys just only. You're doing something bigger than that. And it's like, because we can all talk about a show. We can look, I'm not a superhero fan. And I'm coming in here and hanging out with you because I want to be part of your community. So kudos to you guys. Super Simple Service Podcast. Thank you for doing this, man. And I follow you, bro, because that's what we all are just trying to figure out like interests. We're all together on a like interest right now. And thank you for doing this, and thank you for having me. Greg, you're the man. Appreciate it. Hardest working dude on the internet.
That was awesome.
Absolutely.
I appreciate the very kind words, man.
Yeah,
dude, you're always welcome on here,
Riley.
Hey, you want to check out another one he was on with us? Go way, way, way back. He did a Ninja Turtles review with us, and that was a really fun time too. But Tony,
I listened to that.
And he got made fun of by a girl because he was coming to talk some Ninja Turtles and shit. I remember.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
I felt bad because
All right, I'm out of here, fellas. I'm out,
right,
man. You guys have a great one, man. I appreciate it.
Thanks, buddy. And Nathan, where can they find you at, bud?
You can find me on Twitter at WobblyBoots85, and I'll be checking in and out here and there. And we can talk about some good shit. And unlike Sarah, you leave her alone, but you can slide into my DMs. Okay, so you know what I'm saying, like
full permission. That's right.
Don't listen, Nathan.
That's right. All right, Mr. Balga. Last but certainly not least, where can they find you at, brother, if they want to talk to you?
You can find me on Twitter at Chris Balga. We've got World's Finest True Believers. We got Marvel Alliance. We've got this show. Lots of other stuff, probably.
74 other shows that Travis had to the network. And the first half hour of every show will be nothing but plugs for the other 84 shows on the network.
Yeah, this Monday we'll be dropping a retro for All-Star Superman retro show this week.
Exciting, man. Always fun.
Yeah.
Well, I guess all that leaves is me, and I'm the Bat Daddy. You can find me at the Bat Daddy 52 on Twitter, and I'm on a bevy of shows myself, like Tony was saying, C3 Panthers podcast.
Every show.
Do this one Fridays. Me and Travis do superhero discussions on Friday mornings. We do DC Alliance on Tuesday nights, and then I try to pop in and kind of whore myself around to all kinds of different other podcasts too. Find me on Marvel Ultimate Alliance, Slice of Film. We do Patreon stuff, but seriously, check us out, Geek Ultimate Alliance Network. 7 days a week, you can get something new to listen to, and it's just a really fun time. So, But fellas, ladies, without anything further ado, I'm ready to get out of here. Y'all good? All right.
Yes.
Well, until next week, I'll do my stuff.
Yeah, until next week, Brent sucks.
We didn't start the fire.
Like, Brent fucking sucks.
We really didn't start the fire. It was always burning until the world returned.
He's going to read one more day with Travis. I don't even know what it's about.
We didn't start the
fire.
There you go.
Oh, we started the fire.
All right, I'm getting out of here. Later, y'all. Have a great evening.
All right. See ya.
Until next time. Oh.